Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. Listen, we're gonna have a sit-down conversation with Dom from the Never Ever Meets Season 1. I know this is one of those conversations that a lot of you guys wanted to tune into because you wanted to hear his truth and his side of the story. So please, in the chat, keep it cute, keep it classy, and keep it kosher as well, all right? And mods, if you're there, please keep the chat to a good spec. I don't want too much craziness in there. We like to keep it, as a nice space so when our guests come in here, they can actually have a good, viable conversation. Listen, Dom, how you doing today, Cap?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good. I can't lie to you. I'm nice. I'm ready to have some good conversation today. So I'm nice, man.
If I had that accent, I'd be able to get away with this, but I need a London. I need
Potentially,
a London accent.
you might, you
You
might,
know,
you might get a little gentleman's,
yeah, sympathy.
bypass in that situation. But listen, let's get into something. But before we get into any kind of conversations, I like to do a thing called human verification. It's just a few
Sir.
questions just to warm us up, break some ice, and then get the conversation flowing. Is that cool?
I like it. I like it.
Beautiful stuff. First question. If you're on a plane and you can go anywhere in the world, where would you choose to go?
Hmm. Man, it's not a spaceship, so I'm stuck on a planet.
Stuck on Earth, man.
Turks and Caicos, man. It's Turks and
Mm.
Caicos. Yeah,
What's in
little
Turks and
margarita.
Caicos, bro?
You said what's there?
Yeah.
Margaritas and women. And peace. Put your phone on D&D and you just floating, baby.
I hear
Yes,
that
sir.
still. I hear that still. Can't even lie to you. Okay,
Yeah.
I like it. Turks and Caicos. Second question: Android, iPhone.
iPhone. Android, if you on some dirt though, like all the guys that be cheating on their wives, they got like an Android on the side.
Not the cheating on their wives.
You got it over there with the tire in the trunk where the tire supposed to be.
not
See, I'm
not you
snitching
coming
now.
for
I ain't going out
Android.
there.
Not
So
you
what?
coming for Android. Not you coming for Android.
Them things bulletproof though, but nah, I can't do it Android.
All the more reason why you should get an Android. So I hear it. All right, cool. Third question is: if you have to put the milk or the cereal in the bowl first, which one do you do?
If you put your milk in a bowl first, you're a serial killer, bro.
I hear that still.
You got to put the cereal in there first, and then pour it lightly on there, and then dip it a
Mm.
little bit with the spoon, and then you start crunching away. It
Yeah,
can't
but
be
then you
soft.
you you finna drown the cereal, so you're still a serial killer.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was good. That was good.
Looks like we're both in trouble. So
Good. Good. That
I
was good.
appreciate that. All right, listen. That's it. Yeah, you've passed our human verification. We know you're a human being, not AI. So we appreciate you. Let's get in some conversation. But I like to ask this opening question: Who is Dom, and what is Dom's story?
Oh man, I'm just it's y'all gonna think I'm trolling, man. But and I ironic as it sound, I am grandson of a Black Panther. My middle name is Biko. I was named after Stephen Biko. He was basically like the Martin Luther King of South Africa. Um, started the Black Consciousness movement, and Denzel portrayed him in a movie that's kind of like slept on. Y'all check that out when y'all get a chance. So I grew up very Black conscious, and I grew up in the ghettos of Chicago, man. And I always was the guy that was like, people could tell I didn't want to be there. I kind of like just doing what I had to do. I didn't. I just thought it was sickening. It's been sickening my whole life. I didn't leave the hood till I was 20. Chicago was the third largest city, so we got like amazing parts of the city. I didn't go downtown or to a nice neighbor. I didn't go to a nice neighborhood till I was a grown man. I didn't even taste seafood till I was grown. Like I grew up off of soul food. I'm just a real deal product urban poverty stricken area. My father
Mm.
sold drugs. My mother was a prostitute. They did it right in front of my face. Poor, lights off, dirty, all of that, man. It's just the worst of the worst. Brenda's got a baby. You know what I'm saying? So My brother went to Columbia when he was 18. He's like, I'm about to go down here and go to Columbia, downtown Chicago. I said, I went downtown. I was like, what the hell? And then we started getting into poetry and then writing music and everything. And that's when I tapped into my like creative side. I'm like, okay, what I want to do? I want to act. I want to make music. I want to have a face. I want to do something. And besides dodging bullets and having to rob to eat, and mama ain't never there. I'm tired of it. So I just left home. But I've been on my own since I was 12. I actually left home when I was 12. Well, my parents kind of just left me, right? So I raised myself basically. But so I'm dipping and diving in and out of, like I'm gonna keep it real, like crime, but it was always just crime to get by. It was never like, oh my God, I'm just like, causing violence or whatever. I'm always trying to look for a way to make some money, get something to eat. I don't know no better. I don't know no better. I don't got a high school education. I don't got a college education. And then I'm going back and forth downtown. So now I'm starting to see how I'm supposed to be living, right? And then eventually, like when I was like 23, 24, I had my first child, and I met a Mexican kid. I met a Mexican kid a year before that, 2 years before that, and he's gone. Like he's passed away now, and uh, basically he worked for the cartel. He used to sell drugs for the cartel. And I know that sounds like, oh my God, but a third of the drugs that come, I mean, all the drugs that come in America is from the cartel. So if you ever sold a drug, bought a drug, you had some type of, doings with the cartel. So basically, then I got caught with like a whole bunch of weed. I never sold, white, we call it white coke, crack. I was like, I can't do that to my people. I just got everybody high. I was the weed man, when I had the best weed, so I got caught. And I got caught, and I did like a couple months or whatever, and I just prayed to God, man. I was just like, man, I know you got this. All these cards I've been dealt, it's just like I'm just just sentenced to live this type of life. But my heart don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. I want to go to Turks and Caicos. I want to do what I saw the people downtown doing. I want to, jog like the white people. I like Katy Perry. I can't even listen to Katy Perry around my friends, So I'm tired of living like this. And I said, man, if you let me get up out of here, man, I'll never do nothing else wrong. I got out of jail, and that was it for me, brother. I just tapped into like the other side of my brain, that was like, go do the stuff. That's when I started really like making music, just doing yoga like I actually do. They just cut the scene. We actually had a yoga session, a full yoga session. And I actually live a peaceful life, whether people want to believe it or not. Now I'm not perfect. I come from, my father was a freaking, I mean, it's too bad to even explain. We had a thing called violations in Chicago where in the gang, if one person does something wrong, it was one guy that violated that guy. He was the biggest guy. I'm 6'4", 250. My dad was 6'4", 250, like 300, I think. So he used to take me with him to go, do the violations. I mean, it was just the level of violence was just extreme. And I'm saying that to say that it's crazy that people think I'm just so violent, but really, like, I already defeated that whole side of myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a record. Like I'm not a felon. I'm an active father. I I'm drinking. I sip wine and walk around the house and freaking listen to Sade. Like I don't bother nobody. Women out that date me is not like jumping when I scratch my head or thinking about nothing. Like that's why all my friends is calling me like this sucks. You know what I'm saying? So, but that I had a rough upbringing. But at 23, 24, that's when I started living how I wanted to live. I traveled a lot of places. Passport. I was like, I got to contrast these bad memories. If I want to be a decent person, have a decent character, I have to contrast. You know what I'm saying? These negative moments with positive moments, so I could have a decent balanced mind. And now I just look at my past and I use it to like help me or whatever. But I'm not like sad about it. People don't believe, but I'm not sad about it because I'm not alone. It's another person in the that happened from the. I'm a baby of the crack era. Crack broke my family down. My mama, my parent, my whole family sold it, and everybody broke up. They either was on it, and we was all poor, and it was when the smoke cleared, it was all over with. Everybody on Section 8, and so just me being on TV, I'm like the most, in my family generation, just to show you how bad we know who did my generation. Like, so when y'all look at me, remember that I'm just I'm one of the forgotten youth. You know what I'm saying? So before you say, oh, get him out of here, get him out of here, how about pray for somebody? How about I don't know. I'm not too quick to judge younger, especially younger folks doing stuff wrong. I talk to them, you dig? So I don't know. That was my background, but like I said, from 23 to 24 to 32 now. I'm bougie as it come. I don't even think about my past. I really, defeated that what I was supposed to be. So that's my background, man. I never had a birthday party, a prom. I didn't have to live no regular life. I was a little dirty kid when you walk past, like, at school. Like, I didn't have nothing. I didn't even have a coat in the wintertime, brother. You know what I'm saying? And then I live in Chicago, one of the most violent cities. Every day, somebody is trying you. And I just choose peace every day, every day, every day, every day. Knowing I'm the big black guy. And when, you don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I always wanted to say that because people think they got me figured out. But I'm really like a positive dude. And it ain't common because everybody that had the same upbringing as me, they in jail or they dead. I'm up in here, doing everything that y'all do, getting up, getting kids ready, working on my credit, working job. I got a businessman, jogging, doing yoga, praying, trying to make it through, and so believe it or not, I'm normal.
No,
Admit it.
I appreciate you sharing that, bro, because it gives us a bit more insight into your story, your life, and I thank you for being vulnerable to that degree and that perspective. Do I have permission to obviously ask a bit more questions about what you experienced? Because I think there is
Yeah.
something to kind of learn from some of the stuff that you've actually gone through. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm an open book, man.
I appreciate that. Obviously, you mentioned about obviously growing up in a household, and you said obviously mum was into prostitution, dad's into gang life too as well. I want to
Hmm.
know like what it was like for you trying to navigate childhood with parents who are engaged in such activities. What was your like day to day like? How were you function? How were you moving through a time like that?
So like on a regular week, when I was living with my moms, and she had like, it was just me, my moms, and my sister. My sister, God bless my sister. So last grade she saw was eighth grade. Just to give you a little insight of how much of a childhood we did not have, eighth grade. But it was just my mom was just not not really interacting with us too much, and she was just like running in and out the house. And then we would just kind of like running in and out the house, and we would like go steal from the store to get some food. She wasn't like feeding us properly, and she wasn't clothing us properly. And but it was normal. We didn't know anybody that was really like being fed and clothed properly. Probably like one or two kids in my neighborhood that was like, oh, hey, parents like do their hair and like stuff. Everybody was just like whatever, like. So that's everybody was pretty much dirty and broke. But so it didn't seem too surreal until I watched TV. That's when I would watch TV, and I remember watching like Boy Meets World or something, and I saw like the mom or the dad like hug the child. I just burst out crying. I was like, "This is so weird." It was just weird. It was like it's for a 10, 11-year-old man. It's weird when when you never really receive love or like grace or like like when you see it happen to somebody else at first. You don't just jump into like I'm super sad. It's just like you kind of like just stuck. It's like a trance. And I was like, "What the hell is that?" They kissing and hugging and praying over each other, and it was just surreal. It was surreal when I first started seeing it. I had to look at TV to be like, okay, this is how it's supposed to be, and that's when it stuck in my head. Like my kids, I try to tell my kids now. I've been a father for 7 years, and they just don't believe me. I be telling them stories. I'm like, y'all, because they just lived a total opposite life. They got been to 5, 6, 7 different countries already, and she's only 7, and I'm like, dang, I really turned it around. I really didn't let that make me go into my parents at all. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a real brother. It was but like I said, you don't know no better. If we go ask an ISIS kid right now who's being trained to be a killer, are you sad about your life? He gonna be like, no, I'm having a ball. I'm about to go kill some people. Like, this is what they're training me to do. My dad taught me how to cut up, cut up cocaine. And when I did go hang out with him, taught me how to cut up cocaine. Y'all gotta understand, it's career criminals out here. It's yeah, we wonder why these kids acting crazy. They are being trained to be this way. I was trained to be a criminal, from the streets, from my father, from my uncles, my older cousins. They embedding this stuff into your head. And to be able to not do it it's more powerful than y'all think. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing but Jesus at that point. But a lot of times it take prison. Thank God it didn't take a whole lot of prison for me. But Yeah, day to day, it's and then you got some kids who are like a little bit more mature, and they knew. I would talk to them, and they would like, be super depressed and everything, and we just be looking at them like, "What's wrong with you? We all broke. We all our parents like neglect us and be, we had. I'm a '90s kid, but the '90s butt whoopings was different. It ain't like these little paps now. Like, you was getting stitching cords and hangers. To me, that is like a form of abuse. It's a little extensive, on top of the verbal abuse. But yeah, man, everybody don't make it. This is what makes the people that y'all see when we riding down the street and they sitting there, can I get a quarter? This what they went through. This what they went through, what I'm talking about. So can I get some change? When they on drugs to try to forget the pain and all the lifetime full of trauma. That's what make them people. And look at me. I'm not that, that's the only thing I pride myself on. Everybody think I'm cocky, but that's the only thing I pride myself. I give a damn about some looks. I give a damn about some materialistic shit. Like, I care about, thank you, Jesus, for giving me the strength to not be with that, because it gets bad, and I honestly, I just don't think I'm a bad person, Now, I ain't perfect, but I'm not a bad person. But to answer your question, I'm sorry. I talk a lot. Either you just, it's just surreal when you finally realize what's even going on, so. And I don't think it really kicks in for a child to like around teenage, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, that's when I start really like start feeling a little depressed, like, damn, why I had to have it like that? For real. But I like laugh to save me. I'm goofy as I don't know what, brother. I've been like a goof troop all my life.
I appreciate you sharing that again.
Laugh to save
So
me.
it's okay. Um, how did you get to a point, like you said, because you came to an awareness, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I still have my moments in terms of the emotional aspect. Sometimes I realize I show emotion through films. So when I'm watching films or TV shows, if I start crying, it's because I'm identifying what maybe I didn't have. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because obviously I have both my parents, but the emotional connection per se wasn't necessarily given to us. So obviously you said like you came to an awareness that, you know what, damn, like you're watching TV shows, this is not really happening for me. You even had a little cry yourself as well. So
Mhm.
at what age do you make a turnaround, like a turnaround in terms of your life, and how do you get to turn around your life? Because knowing there's an issue is one thing, but being able to actually turn the ship around is
Right.
another. So what was the motivations and what was like the inputs that were able to help you to change your life around, that you saw things differently and not go down the same path that maybe your dad went down or your mom went down? Or I mean, it's slightly different obviously your mom, but yeah, your dad went down. Sorry.
Yeah, it was when my brother went to the Columbia, the creative art school. It reminded me of Tupac's story because that's, he was from the trenches and he went to the art school. I was like, that's crazy. That's why I cried when I watched that documentary. But I went to Columbia. My brother was like, come stay in my dorm. So I'm just sneaking in the dorm every day and I'm making music. Chance the Rapper was right there on the floor with us. We kind of came up making music with him and a lot of other people, Jeremiah, everybody from Chicago you can think about. This is 2010, 11 when Chief Keef first started coming around. Chief Keef was at the house parties with us. It seemed like Chicago just broke into this like warriors kind of like everybody came up with a clique with a name. It was like a movie, man. And like I said, wanted to create saved me. I was more in love with trying to create something. Everybody was actors and music, and I just kept sneaking in the dorms. And we was throwing parties, and I just had never experienced anything. It was people from all over the world, Chinese people. I had never seen no Chinese people before. People in the hood don't leave the hood. So I'm just like, this is cool as hell, like, and so music and creating saved me. And then that's when I started realizing everybody would sit around and have powwows, and everybody's life wasn't perfect. We was going giving each other therapy, man. It was like therapy circle, and then we'd make some music and then do some monologues, whatever. I'm like a real actor, I would like to say, and I make pretty decent music. So yeah, that's what saved me. That's when it started because we were still selling weed downtown. Because that's all we knew. We like, okay, we got to bag up some weed. We got to sell some weed. We got to sell some drugs. And then I'm not gonna lie, we still hit a couple of, we call them licks, hit a couple licks here and there. So it wasn't all the way out, but it was just starting. And then at 23, 24, that's when we was like, that's when I met my baby mother. I was staying on 59th 59th and May in this building that's passed down from my family. Everybody sold drugs and I got raided by the feds. I don't know how many times. I'm talking about tanks. I'm talking about like gas. They like I was homeless. I grew up mostly homeless most of my childhood, just bouncing around from couches and couches and stuff. And so I was homeless once again. I went to my grandmother's house on 61st and Peoria, and smack dab in the middle of Inglewood. It's the candy house. You know, we got candy houses. Everybody knew my grandma. She wouldn't let me live there. And then they said, well, you can go stay on 59th over there at that building. I'm like, damn, not that building. You know, that building hot. Like that building like got bad juju. And sure enough, it did, man. I went there, and this is why I'm like fresh from Columbia. So I went from Columbia. Oh, I got banned from the dorms. So after that was just like, I mean, I still remember that moment to this day. I said, I'm doomed now. I remember just looking at the ground. I was like, I got nowhere else to go but back to the hood. I was like, and I sure enough had to go back to the hood, man. So even now I'm already like 80%, like I'm done with this. I mean, better myself. I'm about to go into my Stephen Biko mode. You know, I'm black conscious. I done went downtown and got some the stuff I was supposed to get right back to Inglewood, bro. I get there and they not letting you just walk to the store and go back to the door and be like, oh, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm just living here. And hell no. Who are you? Where you from? What's your name? What gang you in? I had to come get settled. I had to go get settled again, and I tried to play it as mild as I could, so they could have. You got to have respect. So I tried to play as mild as I could to where like they gonna respect me. They ain't gonna mess with me. But then they be knocking on your door, and I end up hanging back on the block all day and getting shit, selling drugs and then I met my baby mother, and then she got pregnant with my first child, and that's when it was over with. That's when it was over with, like completely. Yeah, that was like
So
23, 24. Yeah,
so for you, 23, 24, because you've been spending enough time with, people that are aspirational. They want to do more with their life than just be in the hood, in a sense. Music, artistries. You're kind of being around that, and you're exposed to that
yeah,
through obviously your brother as well. So that kind of helped you be able to kind of, I guess, make that tougher choice in a sense.
yeah.
I'm intrigued, and again, you don't have to answer this question. I'm intrigued because, like you said, you were homeless several times. You pretty much, like you said, you've been fending for yourself since 12,
Well, yeah.
as well, and obviously your parents have gone through some stuff as well, traumatized, and some of the they've involved in. I'm intrigued to find out that the relationship with your parents and how that's actually, now you're looking back at your younger self, how that impacted you mentally, because obviously I know you're dodging the streets and now you're focused on career aspiration. I want to know how having a mum who isn't prostitute. Oh, I think he'll come back in a second. I think his phone just cut. Yeah, there you go. Sorry. Can you hear me good? I don't think I can hear you. Hold on. Oh no, we can't hear you. Pop out and pop back in. It'll come back on. If you pop back out and pop back in, he'll pop back in. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying the conversation. It's sure to be an entertaining conversation for sure. And I love conversations like this where you're able you get to hear people's background and stories. It gives you a bit more understanding of where they're coming from. And when people have been through such heavy situations, yeah, man, it is definitely intriguing and definitely enticing, because there's a lot to kind of jump into and be able to understand. And I'm ready to go there, man. We're gonna go deep, and hopefully we'll be able to unearth some things that will be beneficial for not just himself but us as an audience as well. So stick with us, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you're liking it live and you're sharing as well with other people who will like this kind of stuff. Okay, all right. So like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button. You get me? So make sure you're part of the team. You get me? He'll be back in a second. Let's see. He'll be back soon. I think his phone just cut off a little bit. So we'll see. Boy, but I'm intrigued, man. I can only imagine what it feels like to grow up with parents, mum in prostitution, dad in gang life, grown up as a 12-year old, like that's a heavy burden on one's shoulder. And oftentimes when we talk about these things, we all often talk about the women that are heavily incentivized through background to be very independent. But how does it affect us as men? You know what I mean? Not having the father and the mother figure there around. What does that do to you? How do you fend for yourself? How do you cultivate your mind in terms of relationships? So we're gonna find out as well how that affects them in a relationship, because no child should be looking after themselves at 12 years old. You know what I'm saying to you? Even Jesus didn't look after himself on 12. Do you know what I'm saying to you? How much more? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Cap.
Yep, I'm back.
Fantastic, Cap. Sorry. So we were just talk. We're just at the point of just asking it, and again, you have every right to not answer the question. I was just going to ask. Looking back now, looking at your younger self, knowing that obviously, like I said, you had to grow up where you're by yourself, mom and dad involved in certain lifestyles, so you're not going to get the emotional care that you actually need. How did that affect you when it came to relationship building? And I mean that oftentimes when I say that, I really mean with friends and in romantic relationships. How did that affect you? Because you can look back now, because obviously you're much older.
Yeah.
How did that affect you in building relationships with people?
Well, I'm telling you all my business today. So basically, the the first time I heard the words "I love you," like a lot of people like what girl, okay. Basically, we talk about it a lot, like when we rap or whatever. We always say like the women that had to take you in. That's your first love. Your mom, your
Mm,
dad, all of that, and all of that. First time you feel love was with your first girlfriend. I was like 18, 19, and she kept on saying she loved me and everything. And then that's when I went through my first, like, we all done been through them. Dark place, depression or whatever, because I was just confused. Like I said, I was still confused. Like, what in the hell? What is this? What's this feeling? I'm not used to it. And that's why I just, kind of lost what Nars Barkley say. I remember when. I remember. Every time he said that line, I remember that one time. I'm like, yeah, but I remember that. That was the time right there. And I feel bad for us. I was just depressed. We do when we depressed. You sleep all day. You ain't trying to, take care of yourself. Your hair growing crazy. Yeah, I went through a little depression because I ain't, it was a new feeling. It was weird. It was, but I came up out of it like 2 years later, like a year or two later. And yeah, I was good. I be shaking everything off, man. And then I got like amnesia a little bit, so I don't think about it afterwards. Not like crazy amnesia, but I I prayed to God to have control over my thoughts. When I start going to therapy, like right after that, that's what they told me. You got to have control over your thoughts, because we all depression comes from you playing things back to back in your head. So I didn't think I could do it, man, but I can honestly say I did that. That's what saved me after that, brother. But yeah, it definitely screwed up my relationship stuff. But I still, it was teenagers. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't a lot of people that's with this. The first person they was with at 18, So we both just started growing up a little bit, kind of grew apart, and it was mixed with that. Me coming to, just we call it tweaking. And Chicago started tweaking like he loved me. I was tweaking like what the hell. Yeah,
So you're saying it was a bit confusing
yeah,
hearing
confusing.
those words.
I used to tell her, and then I'm real like good with my words or whatever. I think that came from just writing all the time. And I used to, and all I told her was like, and I realized that about my generation, when you try to tell people to use that love language, like explain to me why you feel this way. Everybody's not the best at it, but that doesn't mean they don't feel it, right? They just not the best at putting it into words, and she wasn't, and that's what really did it. I was like, you can't even really, break it down to me why you in love. That's a strong word. So yeah, she was like, but I do. I'm like, I know you do, but you can't explain it. So you more zero tolerance when you come from, as we know, more zero tolerance when you have these type of upbringings or whatever. But so it's hard to not be zero tolerance with everybody. People cut cut your friends off quicker, your family, everything. You walk around with a chip on your shoulder. You angry, So I ain't want to be that at all, man. I ain't want to be that at all. And that was like the last incident after that. But my friendships, we can call any of my friends right now. We literally, my 20-year friend, we had one argument. All my friends, no fights, no arguments. Most of my dating relationships, nothing. Just laughter. Just laughter. And when I never even explained the story. It'd be like a year later, and they'd be like, "Oh, tell me where you from." And then people just be sitting there like crying, looking at me like, Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't live. I don't. Even though this sounds crazy, I don't live with it on my. You know, I'm not leaving here right now. About to think. If I'm about to go get me some drinks with my friends, we gonna have a ball. I'm just saying that right there itself is like just a miracle. You know what I'm saying? It's a miracle. You know, so I did everything I was supposed to do to get my mind right. Believe it or not. But I still see that it and that's my ex told me, like, it ain't all, don't ever think it's all the way gone. You know, that type of childhood, that type of, it can come out here and, there. So that makes me sad to think about that. Like, make me feel like a little bit of my father is in me. He passed a couple of years ago. He was just an evil man, just completely. A lot of people's fathers was just evil.
Why?
You said, why was he evil?
Yeah. Or why do you think? Why do you say he was evil from your
Because my
perspective?
he used to say it all the time. He used to repeat it all the time. Because he was really big. He was supposed to go to the NFL, and my grandparents, well, I had a drug dealing family. It was like freaking Escobars, and they made him sell because crack was the thing at the time. So they made him drop out of school and sell crack at the age of 14. And this is back when he was 14. People was driving. It's the late 80s in Chicago, and freaking Larry Hoover's still free. My father was a gangster disciple. He used to take direct orders from Larry Hoover, and he was having me in the car in the passenger seat. He was just insensitive to everything. He was just cocky. He's a y'all gonna not want to hear this, but I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Of course, he was abusive towards everybody. Me, he used to beat me like hell, like punches to the body. Any women to get out of control, he yoked them up. Uh, he freaking murdered a guy when I was in the passenger seat with him. He ran him over because he was talking so crazy. He ran a guy over and killed him and beat the case. Yeah, man, I'm talking about real deal trauma, like real deal, like would be trauma, I'm gonna say, or just a crazy upbringing or whatever. So that's why I had said that on the show. You cut a lot of what I said out on the show. I was like, I'm the only urban guy here. Not to say you have to go have went through. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Everybody. I don't want to try and take nobody black card from them, but don't forget about us, man. All people like me, don't count us out for sure. And give us some grace. Because I don't see nobody helping nobody. Everybody judging me right now. When the last time you did something for anybody under the age of 25, like we supposed to be doing? So if you can't tell me the last time you did that, then don't you just sitting back popping popcorn and saying, "Oh my God, they're crazy," like the white man do when they lock us up. What's wrong with them? We don't understand. You know what y'all did to us, bro. Now everybody's sitting back like, "Oh my God," So I don't know. It is what it is, brother. Just wish I was from London.
Listen, they have the same issues here,
No, I
fam.
know, I
You
know.
know, the
I
hood's the
heard.
hood. So I definitely hear you, man. That's a lot to go through, man. I mean,
Yeah,
that situation is a lot to go through because that again should have been a safe place for you. Should have been a trusting place for a young son. You know what I mean? That should
yeah,
have been a place where you could learn and actually emulate what you know
yeah.
what you're seeing. But
He
yeah,
caught those
that's
felonies, man, and he just caught those felonies. He couldn't travel. Everything was in his wife's name. Them felonies just shut him down. He had to keep selling drugs. He was selling drugs all the way up until the day he died. He died from diabetes like 2-3 years ago. He had to sell drugs all the way up until the day he died, bro. He couldn't get a job. He couldn't provide for me, so he fell into a depression. The system did the whole that drug, man, that freaking drug, bro. I hate that they put that on us, brother. We got some bigger fish to fry. But yeah,
it's not
I ain't
easy.
no boo hoo, no crocodile tears from me. I promise y'all. I was just giving y'all my background.
No, listen.
If it sounds sad, it's just what it is. You know.
No, and I think we shouldn't. We should. I mean, listen. I think this again is it's a two-pronged thing, right? Because we should be able to give space as well for any black man to express themselves fully, and also as well because at the same time we don't oftentimes as black males don't get the opportunity to share some of our stories without it. It's not a boohoo story. It's a real story that, hey, if you were to cry, I'd cry too because it's a real story, bro. I've seen a lot of things that we should not be seeing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying to you at 12 or even younger. Like when you watch that in a movie, you're disassociated because it's not your life. But if
Yeah.
you see that up close and personal, you know what I'm saying to you, like mine is not even trauma, but it changed my life. I remember I saw one time in Ghana. He's passed away now, but when I was about 11 actually. My uncle was drunk and he had a machete in his hand, and he came into the living room with a bunch of us, and then he said he's threatened to cut people's heads off. I only needed that one time to tell myself
Yeah.
I'm not drinking ever.
Ooh.
I'm not drink, and I didn't touch drink after that again. So just I never had drink. I never had a drink. So I don't drink. But
Yeah.
the reason being is because of that story. That one situation changed my whole trajectory on how I look at drinking. I'm like, yeah, if that guy can do that, I
Right.
don't want to know what I can do. I don't think I'm that at 11 years old, but it at that young age it does change your mindset, which is why I'm asking these questions about what you're seeing so that we can understand maybe some of the choices that you're making to be able to see things in a different way. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So this is you I feel free to say what you want to say, because like I said, we are listening, we're actually tapping in and trying to understand where you're coming from, because I think this is really helpful to get a bigger
Yeah.
picture of what you've gone through, man, and I appreciate that.
But just to let everybody know, my mom is my best friend. To this day, when I was 20, I hadn't seen my mom for like 7, 8 years. My sister had ran away first,
Oh
and
wow.
ran away first because we was homeless and we was going from around from different people's apartments, her boyfriends or pimps. I don't know who the hell these guys was, but my sister started coming into her body, and the guys, my mom will leave. Yeah, I see where I'm going, right? Like they start. My sister claimed my sister's. She just messed up, to this day, or she's still struggling with that. But basically, some stuff happened, and then she ran away. She didn't even say anything to me. So then after that, I said, "Shit, my sister going." I ran away, and then when we both became 20, we both found it in our heart just to forgive our mother. We came to her and asked her, "Hey, what the hell was that about?" And then she gave us her background. Well, I grew up a foster kid. My grandmother did this drug and all of that, and we was just like, "All right, okay, okay." Basically, it's just a cycle. So that me, I'm. That's when I stopped feeling special. I'm good of. I got a great understanding mind. And like, okay, cool. I'm just one of many. Well, that kind of helped me. I was like, well, let me just be one of the guys from this, that. And I saw some guys rising from this situation. I said, well, I'm gonna be a part of that group. The guys riding around with the big chains and the cars. That's like, F it. Like, I'm gonna take my struggle and freaking make a song or something. That's when I said that. But we forgave her at 20. Talked to my mom every day. That was her just calling me now, blasting me. I don't even hold nothing against them. I don't even think about it. She's actually changed because she had two more children. My little brother and sister was 14 and 16. They literally talk. They don't even know they black. Like my kids and my little brother and sister, they don't even know they black. Like they don't even know what the hell we all went through, and we just be playing it like it's regular, man. We don't tell them, and so everything is good now. I don't want people to listen to this and think like, oh, this why he did that, and this why he might do this, and I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing to jeopardize my freedom or take me away from my children and all of that. So, but that's what it was. And from like I said, from 24 to 32 now, it's been a total opposite. I've been doing just moved out the hood and just living a regular life, man. So that's what it is. That's just what the beginnings.
What prompted you to forgive your mom? That's quite a heavy. That's quite a big thing. You know what I mean? That's not an easy thing
Oh
either.
man,
So what
I felt
prompted it?
empty. I felt empty, like when I gave up when I stopped believing in God for a second. Like I feel like my generation, we all did because we bandwagons. I don't know what. And after a couple of videos, Doctor Who my videos came out, we all was like, "Oh my God, the letter J wasn't even invented yet," and that was dark, empty. It just felt empty. Not talking to my mom, and I ain't got Jesus, bruh. Like I gotta hit my vape to that one. That's just an empty time. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you go see your mom and she's like nagging at you all the time, everybody's mom is not nice. If you go see your mom and they're just nagging at you, you like, well, I still got some kind of relationship with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Versus people whose moms are dead and or they adopted, never even knew their mom. My best friend is adopted, and he always look at me like, at least you know your mom, at least you knew your dad. So even though it was bad, but I don't know, brother. I don't know. I'm just not. I'm a forgiving guy. I'm a forgiving guy. If you don't try to like kill me or something, I mean, which that could have killed me. She left me out in the streets, but she's just a woman, and she had it bad, and she just told me her upbringing, her communication is sucks like most '90s parents does. I had to carry the conversation and fill it in for her. Really, I'm like, oh, so you okay, okay, all right, I forgive you. Like, so like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess I just got a forgiving heart, brother, because a lot of people would not forgive my mother or my father or my family for what they did. They completely just neglected us. Anytime we was around, it was just everybody just talked bad. But it was common though. Everybody just got verbal abuse. I always keep telling people about that. I think we're seeing it now on the show with some of the black women that's on there. They come from similar backgrounds I'm talking about, and look at their mouth. It starts. Everything starts with the verbal abuse.
Mm-hmm.
I was standing on my block on 55th and Shields. Somebody Google 55th and Shields. Oh my God. Lived there for like 4 or 5 years, dodging all kind of bullets. And MSNBC walked on my block and did an interview with me real quick. I was like, "What's the most thing you dislike about living in Inglewood?" I said, "The way we talk to each other, because everything nobody just looks at each other and starts fighting and shooting. The way we talk to each other is insane." So I guess I grew up. That's one of my pet peeves. Because I give so much respect, brother. Me and you've been talking for days. We're talking right now. We went out to have lunch, tea, whatever. I would never disrespect you, but if you disrespected me, I might be more angrier than a person, like I would be, because it's just I know this is where it starts, and it's like, why would you take it here, why would you change the temperature like this? But I see now on social media, that's the thing, everybody just talking crazy to one another for views. I'm old school. I don't, we don't, you gonna respect me, I'm gonna respect you. It's actually called penitentiary rules. You can't, things people do out here when they free. Some people need to go to jail because it gives you some morals and respect, man. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, man. You just can't say anything to anybody and be like, "Oh, now he's crazy." Come on, man. Watch how you talk to people. Everybody come from different backgrounds, and. But I'm really good on that, though. Like I said, but that's like the last thing I got to work on because I going back and forth with people. It's like, yeah, that's the last thing I got to work on. But I'm
That's
almost
okay.
there.
That's okay. So obviously, then moving forward from there, obviously, like I said, you've given us quite a comprehensive background as well.
Yeah.
You know, um, then talking obviously about like relationships. Then, so like you said, the very first one you had, love. You didn't fully understand it. Kind of fell into a little bit of a depression, etc., etc. What's been your most meaningful relationship and why, in terms of romantic?
My baby, my child's mother. I got one baby mother. She just I hate to tell her business, man, but she is Sagittarius. She's these new generation of women that you see of my age group. I'm just speaking specific. I'm not trying to age shame nobody, nothing. I know what's going on in my dating age group right now. Our women are more aggressive than the women back in the 80s and the 70s that was knitting sweaters and making oatmeal. These women, so she was that, man, and she basically at first it threw me off, but then I got numb to it because she just it hardened me for the dating world when I was single. She just it was tough love. She wouldn't even take apologies. She was like, "Oh, stop saying sorry," you know what I'm saying? But it was kind of like boot camp for what I had experienced after that because I was in relationships mostly my 20s. But when I got out of relationships at like 26, 27, I seen that everything had changed. The temperature was a little bit more through social media. It was a little bit more aggressive. It was a little bit more free flowing words coming in. Nobody was thinking before they spoke. So I was shocked. Y'all think I'm bad? If I would have recorded 10 or 20 of my days, y'all would have been like, "What the hell?" Like they were like bullying me, and I'm just sitting there like, "What? Why would you just saying anything, bro?" So that was the most meaningful because she hardened me, bro. Like she let me know like everybody's not gonna feel bad for you. Everybody's not. Somebody might wake up one day. She was gruesome. I might wake up one day and not even love you no more. She used to say the craziest things, like, but she wasn't lying. It was tough, but it was like it kind of prepared me for anything that may go any kind of way. So I see a lot of my peers and we see a lot of our friends, people be depressed from dating and relationships, but I'm numb to that as well. I got numb from my baby mother. So I'm in a space where I can just really enjoy dating without expecting anything. That sounds pretty sad, right? But yeah, she was tough, man. And then it was because she was an ex stripper. She strip when women go strip for 4 or 5 years, that changed their whole mentality. They
Mm.
literally are men now. So we broke it down. We broke it down and everything. Had these talks and everything. Her whole views on marriage, everything. I had a lot of talks with her that let me know that okay, there's women out here like that. I didn't know that before I got with her. Not to say she's a bad person. I don't care if it's bad or not. I'm just trying to make sure I'm equipped over here because y'all can say I'm a bad person all you want. I can be. It's a woman out here right now. I take all my money tomorrow and sleep with my best friend. So I wouldn't do nothing like that. It's some people out here that just prey on weak people. I was happy afterwards that I got to get those badges and those stripes on me. So that was the most meaningful to go on into this generation of dating. So shout out to my mean ass baby mama, man. She mean as she, she mean as I don't know what. Oh my god.
So obviously, like you said, you were in relationships a lot of times, and then, like I said, you were in this relationship with the mother of your kids.
Yeah.
Um, is there a pattern in the type of woman that you choose? Have you noticed a
People keep
pattern?
saying that, man. But I told you, I live in Hyde Park. Somebody Google Hyde Park if you're not from Chicago. Barack Obama house is down the street. I got a lot of female friends. They keep saying, you keep this pattern. I'm like, dude, I'm going to the most high-end black upscale. I'm sticking with my black woman. I was going to give up on y'all a couple of years, but then I tried some food that old girl was cooking, and it wasn't hitting on nothing. I came right back. So I'm sticking with my black women. I like smelling cocoa butter and all that, bro. But damn, man. I'm, I'm holding on, man. I'm holding on, man. I'm really a nice guy, bro. I'm telling you, bro. So, that's what I was going to say. I go to Chicago is predominantly a white city.
Mm.
Black people are 9%. If we go into the middle class and upper class of that 9%, now we down to like, I don't know, goddamn it, like 3, 2. So now you're dating. You don't want nobody. You want somebody that got something decent going on. We're dating within this 2, 3, 4% pool, and it's only so many places that we go in Chicago. Hyde Park is one of them. It's the main hub for middle class black people and up. And yeah, I meet women in that pool, and they still be acting crazy. Like they communication still be bad. They still be verbally abusive, and tell you to stay calm, stay calm. Now I know this probably not your dating experience, but dude, this has been haunting me, bro. I don't know. It's because they see face tattoos. They think I like that or something, but I don't like that. I'm trying to find me a Sade. And I've dated, some Sades before. When I'm dating, we be good. We're good. We're fine. When I meet the ones that they start off cool, and then a month or two later, they start getting crazy by the mouth. I don't know. They get comfortable. I don't know. And then I start going back and forth with them a little bit. It never led to nobody going to the hospital. I never beat up a woman. I never punched, slapped, made a woman bleed. Okay? I ain't even gonna tell you what women have done to me, try to run me over, all kind of shit. I ain't pressed charges. But you're right though. I see my friends keep saying they're like, "Why you keep running into like it seems like you got a type?" I'm like, but I date, I date. I go to the nice places. Like, damn, should I go back to the hood and find somebody? I don't know, brother. Don't you like bougie women? I like bougie women. I think we all want bougie women, right? Somebody that wash up twice a day. Like these women got degrees and everything, but they added this. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean that their character is just because you got an MBA don't mean you got good character, bro. I know people would like to believe that, but I don't see my character be more solid than people with degrees. You know what I'm saying? They even be more cocky and a little ignorant, if you ask me. I love black women, but I ain't gonna bite my tongue, man. So yeah. I think they be bitter from past relationships, so it's like, oh, here comes another guy, trying to break my heart. But if you in that type of state, if you in that type of space, then you're not ready to date yet. I don't meet women and be bitter like, look what I just said my baby mama did to me. I don't meet women and be like, I be laughing and joking and trying to, dance and like everybody keep dating bitter and mad from the past, and then now you being disrespectful. You disrespecting that person's space and time that they gave you, and you giving them energy that they not deserving of. It's the build up from all of that, bro. From taking all of that probably, I don't know, you know.
So interesting, like I said, I think you mentioned a pattern without really saying it. So the pattern is, that they seem to be very aggressive, verbal, and sometimes physical abuse in that sense as well. Oh, okay. You back? Ah, we can't hear you again. You might have to jump out and jump back in. Oh, it came on for a second. It's getting interesting now, isn't it? It's getting interesting now. We're getting somewhere, and yeah, man. We're exploring some important topics. Once again, we got 350 people in the room. So make sure you guys are liking, you're sharing, and subscribing to Little Black Book 91. Shout out for those of you in the chat who are enjoying the conversation as well. Yeah. Listen, this is interesting conversation. Can't lie to you, and I hope whoever's calling him is not going to take him away from this interview. It's actually a really good interview, and he's really giving some good insight into stuff. You know, I think this is quite intriguing to hear his perspective, and we are learning. You know, we're learning as we go. And if you have got questions, if I don't see the questions, guys, because I'm trying not to look at the questions too tough, if I miss them, send a little, just send a little £1 super sticker or whatever, £2 super sticker, and just send it as a question, and I'll try and get it answered as well. Okay, so we'll try and get that in a second or two. But for me, it's intriguing. I can't lie to you. I'm intrigued. I want to know how. I don't think we've fully touched on it 100%, but I'd love to know how he perceives, you know, the patterns that he sees in the relationship, and whether he can actually highlight the fact that there are relationships that he has. Apologies, guys. Whether he can highlight some of the aspects where he can connect the dots, because that's what we always want to do on this channel. We always want to connect the dots. Can we connect the dots? So, you know what I mean. So, hey, someone's trying to call in. What can I say? You know what I mean. So we want to see if we can connect the dots. Yes, he's back now. Ooh.
Okay.
Let me just edit that. There we go, Cap. Yeah. Yeah, no. I was just saying, and thank you for coming back again, Captain. I was just saying, obviously, about patterns. So, you know, I know you've done a bit of therapy as well. So, you know, I know you've done some work and stuff. Patterns. It seems like there seems to be a similar pattern with all these ladies.
Yeah. I be wanting to talk to the women that kind of come from where I come from. I be their therapist, man. I'm their therapist, bro. Who you know you dating, that's not your therapist. You know, like I be in therapy. Every woman that ever dated me was like, appreciate you. I'm a hood therapist to my ladies. I'm really nice to them, man. I don't know, but they still be having that little fight up in them, and they all say the same thing. I'm just used to defending myself. I'm like, oh shit. Here we go. This how I know I'm finna get slapped or called 8-9 different bitchs, and let me prep myself for this.
So why do you think you play the role of therapist for these ladies?
I know I do. I mean, they literally tell me I do. I literally put them in therapy, and we still do. Every time I talk to women that's going through stuff, as soon as they start acting crazy, I'll be like, "Tell me what's going on. Tell me what happened." We had the conversations we have now. Me and all my friends, all we do is have therapeutic conversations. Me and all my friends is like we really hippies, bro. We always focused on each other's mental health. I have a strong base of friends that I've accumulated through this time, you know, and none of my ex hood guys, you know. I'm the only hood. All the hood jokes is about Neek and shit. Like I get all the hood jokes, like, but you know, and everybody know where I come from. But we always focus on each other. I try to do the physical, but everybody lazy. I don't want to drink smoothies and go to the gym. But the mental stuff, we on top of that. You know, we on top of that. Everybody, you know, admit they wrongs and what, you know. So I got a nice base of friends, and that we check on each other about that. But everybody saying the same thing you saying. It's a pattern. I'm just like, you know what? Just taking a break from dating at this point. Like I'm not dating right now. I'm not dating till I don't know when, brother. Because from that last scene, what I just saw on there, I mean, surprisingly, is women still hitting me up like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad." I'm like, "Ugh, baby," you know, like you know, you know. I'm like, even I can say it look bad, and they like, "It's not that bad. You're cute. Let's hang out." I'm like, "Nah, man." Because that, you know what that tells me? That tells me like, what you know, you might be one of those ones that you know that they like. Some women like that stuff, bro. You know, they like that stuff. They want you to push them, and then you know, go to the bedroom afterwards. You know, but that's not my style, brother. That's not my style. Everybody think that's my style. I've been trolling on Instagram. I troll. After a while of trying to debate, I get to trolling back. But that's not me, brother. That's not me. I don't want to argue and play fight or fight. None of that, man. Especially around my children. I have my children a lot. You know, I have my children a lot. You know, so yeah. But yeah, It probably is a pattern. So like I said, I'm taking a break. Yeah,
So,
sure.
I mean, obviously, noticing that. I mean, is the first time you kind of noticed that there's a pattern, or have you always known there's a pattern?
Nah, it's the first time. No, it happened after past couple years. I dated a cop. She tried to. I almost had to defend myself. I dated two police officers last year. They was crazy. They tried to break my finger. Man, yeah, I can about good 7, 8 women just last year I dated. Yeah, they was pretty spicy, brother. Two was Puerto Rican. I think we all know how that go. Yeah. They was spicy, brother. They wasn't no saints. They wasn't no like, you will never see me in a hostile situation with a woman that's just like, the soft spoken ones, the one that's like, people always see me in something with a woman that's like got a rough background and they rough. Everybody know they rough. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I ain't just walking around here. Y'all think these women are not scared of me, brother. I ain't beating up no women. Dude, I'll be hoping we don't get into an argument today. I'm a de-escalator, brother. That's why I say it's crazy. It's the total opposite. And I hope y'all don't think I'm like, it's the total opposite. I'm not looking for no trouble, especially when a woman I'm talking to. Like, what the hell? That's why I can't wait to get into this scene. Like, because I know y'all think it was choppy. I'm gonna let y'all know, I don't know what was left out. But yeah, it's life though. I still enjoy life. I'm not just, I think this is just the subject, so I be speaking on it, but I enjoy life with all the flaws and all, brother. I really do. I met a lot of good women that wasn't like that, and I done been in a lot of dating relationships that segments, couple months, whatever. That wasn't nothing like none of that. So I like to look at the cup half full. I ain't whining. I'm not about to go Kevin Samuels or like my boy Chris. Shout out to Chris, man. Chris went straight Kevin Samuels on him because he synced it. He synced it in the house, and he was like, you know what? He went Kevin Samuels. I don't want to go Kevin Samuels because now you bashing women. Now you doing. Who wants to be the guy telling black women about their flaws? Not me. Not me, brother. Y'all can hide y'all flaws for real. I got mine, so we all just trying to make it to the next day.
I hear that. I hear that. So obviously, going on the show, obviously, never ever met. Um, before you actually went on the show, actually, I believe he was on Kendra G.
Yeah, it had went viral on Kendra. Viral moment on Kendra.
What was that about? I don't think I've seen that one.
Bruh. Uh, she'd ask us the same questions every time. What kind of woman you want? All of that stuff. And then when it got down to the body, I said we either going to the gym or we going to the doctor. And then she cut that one snippet and played it on the radio and posted it, YouTube, Facebook, all of that. I counted all the views. It was like over 2 million views. And then everybody was calling my phone saying, like, I woke up with over 4,000 inboxes with like half and half women like, you body shaming. You body shaming. And the other half, so I've been the bad guy, bro. And the other half was like, "Oh, you gonna pay for my body?" So it was basically, I was like the BBL guy because I said BBL. I'm cool with my woman having a BBL, but she cut it up and chopped it up. I was talking about the mommy makeover that women do. I was talking about my wife. I met my wife and we was like, a little bit up in age, and we wanted to get our teeth done and get our bodies done and start just traveling. She just chopped it up and was like, "This guy, he gonna make you get a BBL and he's paying for it." And yeah, I kind of got drugged for that too. And yeah, man. But it's a story of my life. People always got something bad to say about me when I walk in the door. Every time, brother. So I'm used to it now. I'm glad. I'm glad that it's me and not somebody else on the show. If it was any other of my people that was on the show with me, they'd probably be freaking drinking a cup of bleach right now. No offense to nobody, but I'm used to this type of like flame. I swear to you. I swear to you. Yeah. So it's cool. We just gonna try to flip it
Okay,
around.
cool. Okay. So obviously, then from that situation, did you not find someone? Well, clearly, obviously, he was on the show. So did that not bring the good ladies to the yard? You know what I mean? Did that not bring the right kind of woman that you
It was
wanted
four.
to see after that KG?
Yeah, it was 4,000 women in my inbox, and they just kept coming in left and right. It was over 4 to 5,000 women. But I didn't get a chance to speak to everybody. I was busy, and then I probably tried to talk to like 10 of them. You wouldn't believe the stories they had going on. They was just, it was just bad, man. It was bad, brother. The top 10 that I tried to speak to, it just wasn't working. The stuff that they were,
What was
a
wrong with them?
couple of them were strippers, all that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, just wasn't. So I ended up
So
just
for
being
you,
friends with all of them, huh?
oh, you're friends with all of them in the end.
Yeah, but I'm a good friend. I'm a good friend. So if I see it ain't gonna be that, I don't mislead women. I don't lie. I'm like, we just gonna have to be friends, and we end up being real good friends. So, yeah,
Okay, that's fair.
take what come with
So
it.
I was so obviously, how did Alexa's situation come about then?
She DM'd
Because
me.
obviously,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah, she DM'd me after she saw me on Kendra. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So okay, so she DM'd you when she on Kendra, yeah, and
Yeah.
then how did it go from there then?
I look stupid. So then, we was talking, and damn, should I tell you? I'm gonna keep it real. I want to keep it real with you. I'm trying to think.
Okay,
I'm trying to media train myself at the same time, but I want to
that's
keep it
fair.
real.
Me train yourself, my brother. You're
I
good.
want I want everybody to get a sense of realness from me. I don't want to be on here capping. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So she DM'd me, and I saw pictures, and we started chit chatting or whatever, and then uh it ain't really work out like that. She was when I date women, when I first date women, it just is what it is. They really just think I'm a we can't curse, right? They think I'm
Mm.
like a man, what's the word I can use?
Thug,
No, not a thug.
gangster.
No, like I'm out here, like a hoe. They
Oh,
just sweat
okay.
me down that I'm a host. So people, when they be shocked when they first talk to me and they see me like going in the house every day, like cleaning up, and I cook a lot, and just going to get my kids and like being regular. And they like, oh, I thought you was in the club every day and you had all these girls. So they refuse to believe it. So that's what happened. Same thing, Lex, and she just started like getting on me. I couldn't take a nap and all that stuff. So we got. That's when she says on the show that I think he had a temper problem. That's where she got that from. Where she just kept getting on me, wake up from a nap. Any couple minutes go past, I don't pick the phone up, because they trying to. It's like the trust ain't earned for me. And when in my situations, when I start dating, until I like prove it, it's like guilty until proven innocent when it comes to the trust level. So they waiting to see me prove myself. So she just kept snapping on me. And I finally one day, like 2 weeks later, was like I snapped on her. I was like, this is messed up. I got other stuff going on. Da, da, da. I'm not doing nothing. And I kind of cursed her out. I didn't threaten her. I just cursed her out. I said, you irritate me, bro. And that's where she had got that he got a temper problem. Like no accountability or how he led up to the cursing out. Just he got a temper problem. But anywho, but I shout out to Lex though. I'm just explaining. I'm not no shade to you, Lex. I'm just explaining the story. So yeah, from there, that's when Kendra had told me about the show or whatever. And I told Lex, I'm like, man, go on there. I said, send all our stuff in and let me know what they say. And then they hit us back, and that's we was on our way to Calabasas. And, on our way to Calabasas to film the show or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
So you guys obviously she reached out to you originally. So did you guys, I know you guys said, were you guys ever intimate? And when I say intimate, you don't have to tell me like in that way. But I'm saying, were you
No,
guys a thing? Were you guys a relationship? Were you guys, you know, was there any type
nah.
of relationship beyond friendship here?
Yeah, people don't believe it, but sorry, y'all, it wasn't. It wasn't. I ain't gonna speak for nobody else. Like I said, we're not speaking for nobody else that's in that house. But that was not real, brother. That part was
Mm.
not real. Now, some things that is real, some things that's fake, and we gonna trickle it down. But that part of us dating for 6 months consistently was not real. So it was like an opportunity. And like I said, due to my background, and I got this set up mind state. Like I gotta make something shake. I gotta do
Mm-hmm.
something, man. So I know everybody like that's so fake, that's so whack, that's so this. Like, dude, I'm trying to get my mama out the hood, bro. You gotta give it.
Mm-hmm.
My mama live on 78th and Essex. Google it. G Herbo, right? I've been pulling up G Herbo. Right? Look it up if you don't know. It's beyond. I risk my life every day to go see my mama, and y'all over here talking about you fake. I'm trying to get my mama out the hood, bro. So yeah, I'm like, hell yeah, come on, let's run it. Let's say And I was mad about it because they kept us wanting us to say like, say you've been in a relationship. I said, why we just couldn't have been dating? They're like, say you was in a relationship. I'm like, all right, damn, I'm gonna say you was in a relationship. God damn, like, so that's what we had to say. Hell yeah. And then like I said, you want me to just keep going, or you got another question or what?
I mean, obviously, like I said, you obviously sent in your details. So, are you saying that your motivation for going on the show for you personally was that, like I said, you're trying to get your mom out the hood, and this is an
Yeah,
opportunity?
straight like that. I ain't think it was going. If I could turn back in time, I wouldn't do it though. I don't know if people know this was almost 3 years ago. So I know everybody say that's not a long time, but 3 years ago,
That's a very long time.
even yourself 3 years ago, you wouldn't do some things you would have did 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We growing every day. We talking about almost 3 years. So that's why I'm over here 3 years later now. Like, damn, I wouldn't do nothing like that right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that sucked too. That,
2021 was this happening.
yeah, 2021. Yeah, we was like fresh, still up in COVID. So like
Hmm.
fresh out of COVID, like. Oh, shoot, I had to, like, everything was messed up. I had to drive out to the suburbs to get my mama food every day for my little brother and sister because they had raided and looted all the damn grocery stores, man. It was crazy times, brother. And then they was talking on, everybody say on don't pay that good. Well, I'm a nobody. Them checks wasn't small, brother. You got them every week, and they was not small. So I'm like, I gotta go run it. I gotta do something. I'm just say no, like. Hell. So I said, yeah, we
Okay.
went on, and did it or whatever. And
Okay.
hold on, I'm gonna plug it up because my percentage is getting low. I might have to set it back up where that thing at. Give me 1 second. I'm about to get right into it because I know they waiting on it.
No
Get to
worries,
the
Cap.
get to the fight. Why don't you? All right, got cords dangling everywhere. Okay. You can just edit all this out when you post it.
Mm.
Okay, I did good.
Okay.
So yeah, we fly out to Calabasas or whatever. We have a huddle. We like shit, and they drilling us, asking us, how much we know about each other, favorite colors and favorite movies and all that stuff. So we get there. We stay in a hotel for a week because it's COVID. Now I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If y'all think about it on a reality show, you might want to second guess it, bro. All that stuff they be talking about on VH1, how it was. Yeah, man, I felt Taraji and them on this one, bro. It wasn't the best treatment, I would say. They said we'll pay for your food, but at that point we was going beyond too many hours without eating. So it was a rough week before we even got to the mansion. I almost lost my cool once or twice in the week in the hotel room because I was starving, dude. Literally, me and Lex on the phone losing our mind. And then
Mm.
so we get there, they take your phones and stuff, all of that. And well, my bad, but before we went on there, we like, let's not be boring. No disrespect to any previous owned shows, but like I told other lady I was interviewing with, not age shaming. I'm just saying it's a certain crowd that we all know watch
Mm.
own and everything. And I was like, I just want to. I feel like they got me to bring in the 20 and the 30-year-olds more, and that was my goal. That's why I'm disappointed in myself a lot because I'm really funny. I'm really like cool. I wear all the latest fashion, and it just is what it is. I'm living in my time the same way everybody did in the '60s, '70s, and the '80s. So I wanted to just show people like, hey, own is it's giving cool. It's giving like, come on, So that was the goal, man. That was really the goal. And then, like I said, 3 years ago, being a little bit more immature, we was like, well, we gotta, what we gotta do. We gotta spice it up. And went on there. Okay, my bad. Okay, went on there and basically, now this is the part that's real. We all walking through the house or whatever. Everybody's meeting and greeting, and then Lex starts complimenting on other guys. It wasn't just that one comment in the kitchen. I never forget the phone call after the show airs. Josh called me like, "What the hell?" I said, "Bro." He was like, It wasn't that one comment. It was like 7, 8 comments. Now you can claim you all, Gandhi all you want. You somewhere with your girl and she's constantly commenting, or vice versa. You're gonna get frustrated, brother. Especially if you're holding it in because you don't want. I'm big on not embarrassing us. I'll wait till we get to the car to talk, type of guy. So it had started in the beginning of the day upstairs. It was awkward every time. His shorts, his chest, his face, his haircut, this guy, that guy. And then I think that was one of the last times she said something in that kitchen when y'all saw me with my arms folded. And I'm just like, bruh, even though, and I know what y'all thinking, you're not talking to her for real. But hey, man, I'm still thinking about how I look on camera. I'm thinking about y'all looking at me thinking they're in a relationship for 6 months, and I'm being embarrassed. I'm being disrespected. You know what I'm saying? And it was just uncomfortable, awkward, and it made me upset. And I was like, this is really. I would never have done this. I would have never, I've never been out with a female and been like, I don't even break my neck because I know what that can, make a person, feel like or whatever. But for her to just blatantly just comment, if y'all heard these comments. He kept commenting, bro. So everything is over with. I done held it in through the day because, like I told you, I've been working on myself. So I done held it all in. I'm like, I'm gonna just act like it didn't even happen. 3 in the morning. It was really 3 in the morning, bro. I'm down there kicking it with Josh and Shay, and this is right after everybody girl just came from down there. And everybody girl that came down there, they left crying. I don't know if y'all realized that they came down there because it was all the guys. We was having a guy time. We told them to be having a guy time. Domino's, beers is what we own. We was having guy talk. And they just kept coming down there, and when we told them they didn't want to leave, they're like, "Nah, we gonna hang out with y'all too." And everybody left, butthurt. So she came down there with a little bit more authority than like Chris girl, or because she from the Bronx. So and this is what and this is what they cut out, man. They cut out like that she came down with authority, brother. She came down. I think the liquor really was kicking in, and me and Josh was just, man. I should. And Josh, I think Josh is doing an interview soon just to explain that scene in full. And I was just really in awe how like she just was just cursing and just getting on me like and just laughing, laughing and laughing. I really wasn't even talking back to her like that. I was sitting down, she sat down, and then she stood up, and then she started pacing back and forth. And that's when I was a couple of bees and all of this. It seemed like the more comfortable I was, the more it amped it up. So I'm thinking like, damn, the more calm I am, the more she get turned up. Well, maybe if I turn up a little bit, she'll turn down. Didn't work out like that. So then I finally, after a couple, then she said she was gonna get her father and her brother to come up to where we was to jump on me. And I think that was the one I was like, well, she just threatened me, that comment. That's when I finally stood up, and that's when y'all see me in the clip saying, "Stop playing with me, like stop playing." Well, the first thing I said is, "Have I ever disrespected you? Have I ever disrespected you? Have I ever disrespected?" I try to communicate before anything ever goes left, and she was not trying to communicate, bro. I'm like, you need to calm down, stop disrespecting me. This got a hand. Yeah, I'm in her face. I just got my hands on her arms at this point, and then that's when I was a couple more beats. She threatened me again. She's like, "I'm about to punch you in your face." She was laughing. And that's when you see like they chopped it up so much they making me forget how it happened. But damn. But that's when you see like the shoving come in because she was like, "I'm about to punch you in your face," and then she did like a little fidget, and I pushed her back like, "Man, stop!" That's what you hear me saying, like, "Stop playing with me." I'm not just saying that for no reason. Everybody that knows me knows how I talk when I'm like when I'm reacting. When I'm reacting, I'm like, "Stop playing with me. Stop disrespecting me. I'm not disrespecting you." I'm actually pretty good at de-escalating. I just can't believe that she was not trying to de-escalate whatsoever when it started off with something that you did wrong, and then I was talking to you calm and trying to find some reasoning, and you decided to take it even further, not really apologize, and then get crazy on me, and then try to embarrass me even more. And that's how the guys looking on the show right now. They getting called out their name, they getting disrespected, and I don't know. But anywho, after that, that's where the push and shoving came from, which I'm not proud of. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to think what I'm missing out. Like I said, I'm 6'4", 250, brother. If I want to kick some butt, I kick some butt. You know what I'm saying? You a big guy too. You ain't small. I know it's not. I'm not trying to. People when I try to like when I spoke before, and I'm trying to like really call it for what it is. Everybody like DV is DV on all levels. It's just equivalent to like if you murdered her. I'm like, I can't let y'all do me like that, brother. I can't let you. That's all I be saying. I can't let you equate that to what we see on ID and women is in wheelchairs and protective. I can't let you do me like that. I understand I messed up, but you ain't gonna put it at that level like that because that's come on now. I just can't let that happen. So basically, what I'm saying is, I'm trying to land. Basically, what I'm saying is, yeah, they got out of control, pushing, pushing. She pushed back. She was swinging and all that stuff. Like she just wasn't balled up. Like no, So, and it started from the. Y'all keep saying DV. It started from the VA. It started from the VA. Somebody tell me what VA is for 10 points. Verbal abuse. Verbal abuse. It started with the verbal abuse. Over 24 hours of it, if you ask me. Embarrassment, embarrassing you, disrespecting you, and then you try to confront somebody, and then now I'm dealing with verbal abuse. So then I got up, and then the shoving and stuff came, and then but I still apologize on my behalf. Like, and Night Magic is 3 years ago. Me and Lexi, we real cool, real cool. That's my friend. And we both apologize. We laugh about it because she knows the scene was chopped up, and she knows what I'm telling y'all right now, the full scene. So she was like, yeah. And a lot of my female friends was like, yeah, we don't agree with what you did, but everybody agrees that you don't like treat a man like that. You gotta be in agreement to that. So you just can't pick one side and say no DV no matter what. That's not okay. I'm not about to teach my daughters to cuss they man out, walk around them, get in their face, and do all of that stuff. And every time we came together, it wasn't me coming to her. It was a lot of her coming to me. That was also cut out. Her coming to me and all the verbal abuse and the threats. That was what was cut out. So they just kept cutting to me in her face, and y'all like, this dude is just like he's egging it on, like he's keeping it alive. And it was not that. It was me reacting after a whole day and a whole rant. Then I finally was like, wait a minute, brother. Now, like I said, wasn't right. Still apologize. Don't, I don't get into situations like that. I typically don't, like, it just ain't me, man. It just sucks when you see somebody see like a moment and they think that's your whole character. That's what I hate about it. But I'm wrong though, and I'm getting drugged. So hey, it is what it is. I mean, I apologize, but damn, shit, what I'm supposed to do? I wish it was something I could do. I'm like a conclusion type of person. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, and it's just like, sorry ain't good enough. Y'all still like, oh, you still a piece of crap. I'm like, damn, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I do? Do I gotta go save a life? Like, I don't know, bro. Just wish it was something I could do, man. But yeah, I even though I was, I feel like I was, provoked. It wasn't okay. Like I said, I apologize. So, and that ain't me. And it sucked because I got so much more. I have so much more in store. I got a non-for-profit. I'm going back to my neighborhood. To help kids like me that come from where I come from. And now I got to just be that guy. Be that guy. That's the guy that was pushing that DV. It sucks, bro, because it was such a bigger, meaning behind it. I was going, I'm still there. I'm still going to attempt to, but it just sucks. It's just the total opposite of what I was really pushing. I was going to reel him in with the pretty boy, cocky stuff, and then say, hey, no, I actually got substance. I'm a father. I'm helping poor little kids and vlog and give therapy. Be therapeutic. Through my vlogging was going to help that stuff, the stuff that I made it through. So it was really a deeper meaning for it, brother. So it just really sucks. It just really sucks. Even though, like I said, I'm sorry, but shit. but like I said, let me say this too. But like I said, it was. And this way it gets confusing. Like, it was fake. You know what I'm saying? We did fake the whole thing to get there. We did plan to get spicy. I'm gonna just say it like that. People hate when we say how I worded or whatever. We did plan to spice it up and get into get into it basically. And it It just got a hand, so it's like got a hand. So it's just still like two young people just made a bad decision. To be honest with you, so either way it go, people whether people want to believe it was fake or not fake, they still feel the same. It's cringy, it's disgusting, it's this, it's that. I can't help that thought process. All I can say is I apologize. Like I said, that's not my character. That's not even Lexi's character. So which is crazy. She served our country. She a single mother. She just like laughing and joking. She get up and work hard for her kids every day. And we just hearing DV, DV, DV. We like, man, Jesus Christ. We don't bother nobody. We living regular lives, man. We just made a bad young people decision. I wish it'd go away already, but I'm still in the thick of it, man. So this will be the last interview I'm doing for sure. So I'm glad we got everything out. But like I said, I apologize, but all reality TV ain't reality. You know what I'm saying? It's fake, and then you playing stuff. It's messy. It's messy. You think we the only people that have a plan to like try to see what we was going to do? People trying to make careers from this stuff. Them editing and chopping it the way they did. Everybody is just messy. So yeah. So just know it was a mess. It was a mess, and you know, yeah. I wish I can go back. I wouldn't do it the same way though. I would not do it the same way though. People ask you that question, would you do it the same way? Hell no. I would have been looking like my boy on there now. I would have got called out my name, all of that, and just went on about my business. And then then everybody would have been cracking jokes. Then they crack jokes on you. Here we go with the verbal abuse. You're soft. Women just y'all think everybody's screaming. Everybody not screaming, D. I got hundreds of women in my inbox saying, "Well, I don't even want a guy I can run over. I don't even want a guy I can talk to crazy." So it's different perspectives to it. But trust me, I'm on y'all side when it comes to that was too much. That was too much for a man to be doing to a woman. I agree with that, and I feel bad, man. I feel terrible, man. That Friday night, the first night with me, I had a freaking panic attack, anxiety attack. I couldn't even breathe, man, for a second. So I needed an asthma pump. I ain't even got asthma, So don't think I'm just over here just cocky like, oh no. Like I had a couple rough nights behind this, and there's probably plenty more to come. So back to that, back to that mental strength. So you gotta have it.
I definitely understand that. Let's
Yes.
let's do. I like to call what you say. I like to do a thing called bar to bar, meaning I'm gonna ask some quick fire questions. I just need quick answers from
Okay.
yourself, just so I can get a better understanding of what you actually kind of said. Let's start from the very beginning. You guys concocted a plan to be on the show, and then
Yeah.
you concocted a plan in terms of having great TV. By you said you're gonna be entertaining as a couple, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yes, sir.
So when did you guys plan to have this fight?
It wasn't necessarily playing like a time. It was like we gonna hit him with a little bit of some Chris Shine and blue face type
Okay.
of vibes. Not to say I'm trying to like be like him or nothing like that. I'm my own man. I'm just saying we gotta remember, we with all respect, I'm just saying how do I word this? We don't watch we watch Zeus. We watch
Okay.
VH, I told you about the me dealing with these type of women. It's like what Cam Newton say. I saw red flags and thought it was six flags. A part of me once you're so used to it, it's kind of like I kind of turn you on a little bit. So but it's like I said, it's still the ingredients for a disaster because it can get out of hand. That's why it's not. That's what y'all saying. Like it's not funny. You don't even want to play around with it. We playing with fire and woof. That's basically what happened. Like um um yeah. So we basically that's what we said. We got to spice it up. We gonna get into it. We're gonna Chris Sean Blueface him a little bit, and we might curse somebody out here and there, which it's a couple people in there that deserve to be cursed out, if you ask me. So that wouldn't even have to have been freestyle because people don't know how to manage their business. If me and you was on a double date, I'll never speak on what you and your lady doing over there. That's y'all business, brother. Just for the other castmates. Worry about yourself. I wouldn't care if you saw me, man. I wouldn't care what you saw me do. It's me and Lex, bro. If you ain't Lexi, don't speak on what we got going on, bro. That's being nosy. And then you
Who's
judge it.
who's that?
Don't
Who's that for?
I'm
Who's
talking
that?
to the
Who's
other
that for?
castmates because there's a lot of smoke going on right now. A lot of smoke going on right now because folks keep speaking on everybody else's experience. Y'all talking about DV. I see VA from the women. I see a lot of things going on. We got guys on there that got, dude. I don't even want to, man. Don't get me started. But anywho, I don't like speaking on other men's business.
But wait, why are they smoking you when you've? I'm sure you've let them know that you're this was all planned, this is all fake?
because a lot of people don't believe it, and then even if it was planned, it's still nasty. They don't like. They still don't like it. Nobody's saying, "Oh, it was fake." Oh, whatever, whatever. You know, we tuned in with it. It's like, that's it's still messy. It's still dislike. You know, they don't like it. So the cast members, we was all. I thought we all had an understanding that we wasn't gonna diss each other. You know,
Mm-hmm.
everybody talking about the women talking crazy, the men doing this or whatever. I was really just in a neutral with it. Like I'm not, and I'm still that way. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm speaking in general right now. You know what I'm saying? But I just it done got out of hand. It done got out of hand. It done got out of hand. One dude in particular, he just I don't even want to say his name, give him no fame, but that dude, he just done made a life. He's stalking us. We got one of the castmates
What, a
completely
castmate?
stalking us. Huh?
A castmate is stalking you?
Yeah, he's talking to everybody. He's beefing with the women, me, everybody. He just keep talking about everybody and posting us and talking about us, and it's all negative. And we just like, dude, we didn't go on the show with you. Talk about you and your lady got going on, you know. And it's just
Who's
like
stalking you?
harassment.
What, Brandon?
Who? What you? What you say?
I said, what, was it Brandon that's stalking you?
Nah, Brandon cool, man. Me and Brandon
Yeah,
cool.
Brandon seems like a cool guy. I can't lie to you. I won't even lie to you. You
Oh,
know
did
what
you
I
talk to
mean?
him?
Yeah, he seems pretty cool. I can't lie to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, cool. I think you're an army
But
kid,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So he seems alright, man. Do you know what I mean? But you
Yeah,
know, the
all the
only
stuff.
person, the only person that looked like he had an issue with your situation probably gonna be like someone like Greg in it. To get me? So I don't know.
Greg. Nah, Greg don't like me probably because right after the show, I jumped in Millie inbox and I was like, yeah.
Not you jumping in Millie's inbox. Now, why would you want to do that?
Oh man, you know what happened? I thought I was clicking on Christian Mingle's website, but it was really Millie's page, and I don't know. No. But nah,
Mm.
basically, I don't know. I'm thinking like I thought they possibly had broken up afterwards. I jumped in the inbox. I ain't gonna lie. And then Greg DM me. I mean, he ain't gonna lie. He was he said it. He got on me a little bit. He was like, "Me and Millie are exclusive. Leave her alone. She's mine, bro." And
So
I
then
was
I
like,
guess you can't really complain when the castmates on your neck when you're doing stuff like this. I mean, do you know what I mean?
"Oh, that's what you think it come from?" Oh, I mean,
I'm not saying
uh,
that's what it is. I'm just saying that you can't really complain about it being on your neck if you're doing stuff like this. You know what I mean? It's a bit
oh, it was
wild. But
harmless.
okay, well, it's harmless. Okay, I mean, back onto what we're talking about. So
Okay.
obviously, you said obviously something about her disrespecting you by having conversations with other dudes. Again, I want to understand what do you mean by disrespect? What
Mm-mm.
does that mean? And what do you mean? What do you mean
It
by
wasn't no
disrespect?
conversation. Yeah, it wasn't no conversations. It was a dude walked past and she like,
Yeah.
damn, what's the when you got an 8 pack? Some one dude, my man. I'm snitching now, but
Well,
yeah,
Chris had the egg pack, and she was
Chris
saying,
got an eight
"Damn,
pack.
yeah, yeah, okay, I hear it, I hear it."
No,
Uh huh.
no
So
diddy,
she saw
no
Chris
diddy, but
egg
I counted.
pack.
I was like, damn, my boy
Okay.
got 8 of them. No diddy, but
Listen, it's not easy to get that.
yeah, that's not easy to get that, man. That's but yeah, she
Shout out to
just kept,
Chris.
shout out to my boy Chris. Just it was multiple. It was those. It wasn't conversations. It was statements about other guys' physical appearance that had built up through like a whole 24 hours. So I was really keeping it in the whole day. It wasn't just that one statement. Y'all probably
Okay.
think I'm lying about that. I don't
No, no,
give
no,
a.
no. No,
I
that's
don't
cool. So
care,
you're
man.
saying there were several statements that were being made that made you feel that she's disrespecting you in a sense.
Yeah, she disrespect me. I look like a runover. I look like a guy that ain't got no type of respect from his woman of 6 months on camera. And I'm
And
from
what's wrong
Inglewood.
with
We
that?
don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? We don't play like that.
But you know you're not being real. So what's the big deal?
The big deal is the big cameras in my face and the millions of people that's gonna watch me get disrespected across the world. That's the big deal. And
Yeah,
it,
but
it was
you're
going.
acting. So it don't
I'm
it
not.
don't.
I didn't sign up for that role, brother.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I ain't signed up for that role, not to get disrespected. And that's the main thing I said to her before we came on there. I was like, we're not going to disrespect one another. We're going to just, anybody asks us anything, we're going to big each other up. We're not going to disrespect each other. We trying to leave here and have a good face card, so we're not going to disrespect each other. You know what I'm saying? Verbally like that. It's a difference between let's have a argument about something, a disagreement. But disrespect is different. That's you fat, you ugly, you this. in front of me. She's sitting right there in front of me. If I would have did everything, you know what's crazy? My bad, bro. I forgot your name because you
Kojo.
got me.
No,
Huh?
sorry, no, sorry. Kojo.
Kojo? Oh, that's fly. So
Yeah,
look, if everything was turned the other way, I would have been look. I was damned if I did or didn't. So let's say if I commented on 7 to 8 women and they kept it in there, didn't cut it out. Like, dang, baby, look at them shorts, and the camera go to her face, and she's just sitting there like, damn, man. And they show all those comments because this is what I'm thinking. I'm not knowing they finna edit like this. I'm thinking my world finna see all these comments, this whole rant she's doing around me, disrespect, threatening me. I'm thinking they about to keep all of this stuff. So I'm like, hell no, I can't go out like this, right? So imagine if it was turned and I made the comments. I got up and called her out her name, a whole bunch of B's, and I threatened her, so I'm gonna get my sister and my mom to come jump. Imagine if I just did everything she did. If she just pushed me twice. If I just would have got pushed, we wouldn't even be here, brother. We wouldn't even be here. Cause she's a girl. She would you know, and yeah. If everything I did, she did, we wouldn't even be here. Not saying I'm like trying to like, make
no, I
us.
get you.
I'm just thinking about it a whole different ways, whatever. But if it was tables was turned, we wouldn't even be here from
It'd
her
be a different
pushing.
scenario. Yes.
I would be the asshole of the year sitting there in front of her face talking about other women's clothing in front of her face, bro. I would have been the asshole of the year, bro. But they like, everybody like, I don't even think the comment was unnecessary. Like,
No, I
bro.
mean, I don't think the comment she needed to make the comment. I think that was disrespectful. But I'm also I'm trying to understand obviously that you guys that was real. That part of the disrespectful was actually real.
Oh yeah, the part of the disrespect was,
That was real, right? Because that
yeah,
wasn't
there
planned.
was some realness to that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, hell yeah, yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I wanted to pull her to the side like she said, but it seemed like she was just on the. She, like, you could have put me to the side. It seemed like she was just, I don't know, like a deer in headlights and just running around talking to everybody else. I wanted to be like, hey man, we mic'd up and everything. It ain't much whispering you can do. But I definitely wanted to pull her to the side and be like, yo, you need to stop disrespecting me. I wouldn't, like straight up. I have not said nothing about any other women. I had Sienna try to pull me into the workout room as soon as I walked in. She was like, "They cut that out." Sienna tried to take me down as soon as she saw me. She was like, "Come into the workout room real quick," and I said no to that out of respect for how.
Wait.
Yeah, yeah, it's like
What
that.
do you mean? What do you mean? Sienna tried to take you down?
As soon as she saw me, shout out to my girl Cece, that's my dog. It is what it is. But I walked in. She walked up to me and was like, "Have you seen the workout room yet?" I was like, "No, I ain't seen it yet." She was like, "Let me take you over there and show you the workout room real quick." And started winking and shit. I was like, "Ah, shit." And I was like, "No, because I'm not used to. I don't want to come off as disrespectful. I don't want to disrespect her. So I'm like, damn. I wish I would have just did that. If you was
So you're
gonna do
saying that
all,
Sienna? Are you saying Sienna didn't call you a B word, but she tried to take you down?
Tiana would never. She did that with him. All due respect, but she know. She know. She knows. I'm not one of those. She did that because she don't respect that man. She respect me. She respect the real one because she from the Bronx. She told me that out her mouth. These women out here that will they would disrespect you if they feel like you some type of nerd or something, bro. We all know it. They exist. But she's like, I would never do that with you. She said it like a million times when she first saw me. Like, that's my kind of guy. That's my kind of guy. Man, that can,
Oh,
keep
so
me.
you're her type.
Yeah, I'm a type. Yeah.
Okay. Did you slip in her inbox as well?
No, she jumped in my inbox.
Okay, well after this you're gonna send me Sienna's details. We're gonna interview her too. But anyway,
Don't bring this.
okay.
This is between us here.
You don't bring it up. You the one that brought it
Look,
up.
what I said, I ain't going down by myself now.
Oh, you taking everybody else down? I hear it.
Everybody coming with me.
Okay. back on to what we'll talk about then. So obviously the situation obviously, like you said, so that was a real situation of disrespect, right? Okay,
For sure.
you said you couldn't pull her to the side because obviously the mic shot on you. You couldn't
Mic'd
really
up.
pull her to the side. All right, cool. Then I want to know, obviously, but you during the yoga mat when they do your confessionals, you say that you don't think she's not the same kind of girl that you saw on the picture. You kind of talked a
Yeah.
little bit about her body as well, right? Was
Yeah.
that planned?
No, that was not planned, bro. That was after. That was after. Basically, everything I said about her that was good, they never played it. All the yoga positions I did before, they cut it out and made it seem like I was just this freak meister. The whole day in the house while I'm praying for everybody, I'm frying catfish and spaghetti because I'm a father. I've been cooking meals and preparing meals and praying for everybody, breaking up potential fights, all out. Just freaky man doing yoga. Now he's insecure. Now DV. That's all they wanted. That's all they had planned for me, brother. That's all they had planned for me. Forget everything else Nick got going on. That's all they had planned for me. And everybody just eating it up. He's a bad guy.
But why did you go? Why did that become part of the script when that wasn't originally put into the script? Because, like you said, right, you don't want to be disrespectful, and you don't want to be disrespected. So why would commenting on her body be in the remits of not being disrespectful?
Because at that time after the fight, it was mixed feelings. It was mixed feelings. It was okay. Yeah, we planned this, but damn, not like this. Why she disrespect me like that all day? My man going. Why this? Why that? Why she just couldn't chill after the? I mean, that was enough. After the verbal, if they would have just showed the beginning of her snapping on me in the kitchen, I'm snapping on her, like that was enough, bro. That was enough. You know, she just it got out of control, like I was saying. You know what I'm saying? So, and she took some accountability to that, and I have as well, but it still just got out of control. And then so boom, they take me to the hotel, and then right there, drunk and everything, they just like get dressed. You want to do confessionals, and then they told me, I said, well, let me talk to her. Let me what she got going. They lied. She was like, I want to talk to him as well. They cut that out, and they said, well, she's just super mad. She doesn't want to talk to you. I'm just like, what? In my mind, I'm like, what the hell? Why she don't want to talk? So I ain't gonna lie. That's when I got like angry. Like, oh my god, you about to mess this up? Like, we about to be going home. We ain't gonna be able to get no more TV time. They paying us, 2,500 a week and some, and we ain't about to get none of this because you acting emotional. I thought she was like messing up. So then I go to the confessionals, and I'm like, I'm from Chicago. When we mad at you, we just, we gonna talk about you. Your shoes all of a sudden become ugly. Your outfit ain't matching. We just start talking about you. So that's why I started doing a little bit. I was just like, and it wasn't even that bad. It was like, yeah, she's not my type, attractive. I didn't say she's ugly or none of that. So they took that one clip, brother, and put that right with the yoga scene.
Damn, they got you good.
On had it out for me, didn't they, bro? They
They
made
got
me
you
the bad
good.
guy, huh?
So okay, so obviously, so you're saying that obviously that the confessional was done right after the fight. You're angry. I want to know again though, but why are you really angry again? Because again,
I'm, I'm
you
angry.
guys are planning this again, and I'm
Right,
trying to
I
understand.
know. It's sometimes life ain't that simple, man. Sometimes it's a little bit of this, and it's a little bit of that, and it's a bit of this, and it's a bit of that. It ain't just everything's not just not trying to like talk to you like assertive like or
No,
whatever.
no,
I'm
no,
just
no,
trying
no.
to
You
like
good, you
let
good, you good.
you give you
Yeah,
where
you good,
our
bro.
head
Don't
is
worry.
at and where a lot of people's head is at. It's like it be a mix of this, that, this, that, and that. And yeah, we had a plan to do an act such as, and then it's we still freestyling. It's not like we reading a script and everybody is in on it. We still freestyling, and then like we can admit it still got a hand a little bit too much, and then I can admit that I did a little too much, and then she can admit that she did a little too much. So we still was still angry about the little too much that was done, and we still was angry about them telling us. They told her I was mad at her. She told me I was mad at her. They told each other that we was mad at each other. And we didn't want to talk, so we both got angry about that. And then that's where the anger of like, I don't know, I wasn't even angry. If you go look at the clip, I'm just like, yeah, she's not my type. That's all I said. I wasn't cursing. I wasn't
I
spitting. I wasn't.
mean, you
I,
need to say the shame on top. You said like, she didn't
I
look
said
like
the
what she
body
thought
didn't
she
match the
looked.
pictures.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Did you need to add all of that? That's what I'm trying to
Huh?
say. Like, did you need to add all of that? Because for women, their body is very important. So, did you need
I
to add all
know.
of that kind of stuff?
I mean, you was 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and then you tipsy, and then you don't drink, so like you did right by not drinking after that moment. But man, compare it to somebody act, the things that come out of people's mouth when they drunk to me saying her body didn't match. I was actually pretty in a calm state when I said it. I mean, I'm drunk. It's 4 in the morning, and I mean, yeah, I was just trying to be a little spiteful or whatever. But Lexi looks good. Lexi is she's a hot commodity in real life for sure.
Okay.
It's celebrities in her inbox every day. Celebrities trying to pay all her bills.
That's cool.
So
So in just to clarify, whose idea was it to bring up first? This plan. Whose idea was it to have the plan?
to have a plan.
Yes.
Shoot, talking about 3 years ago. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll just take that. I'll take that. I probably
Okay.
would be. Yeah, who knows?
Okay.
3 years ago, but yeah, I don't know.
So obviously, when you obviously, got like I said, that fight obviously, the way it started, because I know you've already explained it. I'm not trying to get you to explain it all the way over again. Just trying to make sure we get it clarified in a way, right?
Hmm.
So that situation, where does that argument fully start from, though? So that we get a basis. Where does that argument start from? Before it
At
gets physical, where does it start from?
3 in the morning, it starts when she comes back down. All the girls are upstairs sleep. Everybody's asleep.
Okay.
And it's just me and a couple of the guys talking. She comes back down. I guess she just couldn't sleep or something. And she's not even mindful of like me even being irritated about the 8, 9 comments that was made throughout the day. So she just come down like la 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 la. And then Josh, I think y'all seen it. Josh brought it up, but me and Josh kind of brought it up and was like, you kind of made some comments today that was, a
Why is
man.
Josh making comments?
That's my boy. That was me and him was right hand. I know I didn't have I haven't watched the second episode. I know I heard he dissed me after I left, but we was best friends in the house. Like they didn't show it, but we was like neck and neck with each other because he from the country. He from Memphis. All my family, everybody in Chicago. Our great grandparents from Memphis. So we say y'all, we say Kai. We talk like with a little country twang or whatever. So me and him like we had that bond or whatever. But yeah, he just conversation came up and I think he had my back when it came up. And he was like, "That was wrong, Lex. That was wrong. Ain't no real player or no real man finna sit there and listen to all them compliments about another man." And then she just felt attacked, like, "Oh my God, everybody's coming down on me." And she chose violence, bruh. She got she got up and was like, "F this, F that, F." I'm like, damn. Like she started thugging, bruh. She started
I'm
thugging.
trying to remember who Josh is. Even Josh. My
Light
and the
skin,
audience asking.
light skin. He go with Shay. He go with Shay. Just double check when you get a chance. But the light skinned short guy from Memphis, he go with Shay. I think Shay from Memphis too. I don't know. Florida. She from Florida. Yeah, Josh.
Why is my brain is drawing a blank, bro? And I'm in my head. I'm trying to. Do you know what? I can look it up anyway. But yeah, okay. Oh, 12 years there, Josh. Yes, yes, yes. The one that
Yeah,
said
the 12.
obviously.
Yeah.
Thank you, Led.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Okay, 12 years a slave. Okay, yeah. So okay, cool. So, but you said earlier on that if someone else is watching, someone else is in a relationship, they're doing their thing. Everyone should be watching their thing. So why
Right.
is it that when Josh is watching your thing, you're cool with Josh watching your thing
Because he
and being
knows that
questioning your babe?
because we homies. He knows that he has a little bit more of a open, floor to speak on. Because we homies. Like we was roommates. Like we homies. Like we was homies. We had that little bond. Like bow. We was locked in. And we started coming up with a handshake and everything. Like we was locked in. Like so he knew he can speak. Anybody else knew they couldn't speak on what was going on or whatever. But he started speaking up on it. And then I guess she felt like, damn, everybody's initial reaction to people calling them out on something. It's not, well, you know what? I apologize, man. If I made you feel some kind of way, I apologize. That ain't the common reaction to people feeling like they getting put on spotlight and they know they wrong. The typical response is let me just debate, rebuttal, act a fool. That's what be happening, bro. And that's what happened. And then I'm like, damn, she embarrassing me even more. And this shit got out of control. I wanted to spice it up, but not like this. But hold on, it might be good. My head's all over the place. Let me get up and try to simmer her down. Maybe we can go to the boom boom room they have for us out there and make up or something. When I stood up, I thought it was gonna simmer down. I thought it was gonna
So
simmer
how does it not
down,
simmer down?
bro.
Because you are a king of de-escalation. So how does a king of de-escalation become a pauper of de-escalation? Because he ended
At
up
a bad
becoming
moment.
a pauper. So how do we get from we arguing to now it gets physical? How's that? Because in the clip that we see where it first starts, we're seeing your hand is too close to the neck. It's
Right,
on the
right,
head. I don't know. It's very close to the neck. So I want to
right.
know, how do we get to that point?
It was
Because
the it was the threats. It was the threats. It was the she called me out my name.
she was threatening you.
Yeah, she said threatened me. Said she's gonna punch me in my face. I didn't come out my
That's not part
mouth
of the
and
script.
hell no, not
So what
like
kind of
that,
script you
brother.
guys write? It's a very loose script, but anyway, So it wasn't part of the script. She wasn't a part of the script. Both of you are drinking. Both of you are a little bit active, and you felt
Yeah,
like disrespected her on. And
yeah.
now we're in a situation where she's threatening you verbally.
That shocked me when I heard that. When I heard I'm gonna call my dad and my brother to come beat your ass. I can't curse, right?
Why was she threatening? Why? Yeah, the cursing we don't do that.
I don't
Why?
know,
Why is
brother.
she
I
threatening? Why is
don't
she
know.
threatening you with
I don't
beating
feel
her?
like I did
What
anything
for? It's only an argument. What's that for?
because people are just used to doing what they doing when they get upset. They just I don't know. The science behind that. The science behind that, because I grew up around it, is still shocks me. I bump somebody in line in the grocery store and I'm in the hood, and they just start saying all this crazy stuff, and I'm just like, this is what he does when he gets into altercation. This is just what he does. That's the best way I can explain it, brother. What I had did before that did not equal up to let me tell him this and call him by his name. She started calling me out. I think I called her name after getting called out my name 7, 8 times. And I finally was like, okay, well, you a B too. And then
What kind of words did she call you? So what? She called you the B word as well?
yeah, the B word.
How's she gonna call you the B word? And even what's her name? Wouldn't call you the B word. How come Alexis didn't see the respect in you that she called you the B
I
word,
don't
bro?
know. I wish she did, but
No, we need to ask that question. Why does she see you as a B word, but not the old girl? You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't no nerd, right? And you ain't no punk. So why is she calling you the B word? What did she see? Did she not whisper in your ear and tell you, "I'm still joking"? You know, you had her by the neck and you didn't say nothing. You have her by the neck and you
just
didn't
stick
say
with it.
nothing. You didn't say just go with it. You didn't say anything. Y'all got into altercation and it wasn't on the script. And
Yeah.
nobody's in. At least when you had her here, you didn't go, "Hey, listen, go with it."
No,
Y'all don't practice this.
we got mics on us, bro, and like I said, when I stood up, I'm like, okay, this seems like this may be getting a little bit out of hand. Let me get up and try to like, hit it with some regular dialogue. Have I ever disrespected you? Why are you doing this? Do you need to drink some water? I said a lot of different. I said the same things I said to my friends when they may get out of control a little bit. Do you need some water? Do we need to go outside? Like, because folks was drunk. And I'm like, this is just it keep escalating. I feel like I'm not throwing no wood up in the fire, and it just the fire keep burning. Like what the hell? So I'm getting in her face trying to say regular stuff, and then that's when the more threats came. She's like about to punch you in your face, B, and that's when the shoving came. I'm just like, damn, this girl choosing violence, brother. And that's exactly what happened. And Josh can contend to that. He was like, yeah, that's she was the aggressor. This is Josh's exact
So
words
you're
when he
saying that
called me.
she was the aggressor.
Hell, hell yeah, man.
So
Hell yeah.
wait, who put their hands on who first?
Shit. The crazy part is she actually pushed me first. Her push came
So she
first.
pushed, she
Yeah,
pushed
her
you
push.
first.
That's why I started. Yeah, her push came first. They just
After
edited.
after you guys had her in a Superman choke lock,
Man.
then
No.
then
It wasn't. No. Okay, go ahead.
you had her in the lowest lane choke. I can't lie to you. So when you had her in the lowest lane choke, then then the push happened. So that first thing, that part, so
So,
after she started verbally accosting you and saying some madness and
hmm
saying a couple words towards you,
hmm
then what happened? You got into a Superman chokehold. It was lowest lane, and
well,
then then the push.
let me say this: when my hand was
Okay.
around her neck, when it's on her neck, I was not gripping. It was just on
Yeah.
her neck. So I mean, and
This
I'm
is
not
Save the
even lying
Last
to you.
Dance.
That's on both of my daughters, my everybody I love. If I was, I'm an honest guy. If I was
Yeah.
choking her like to where she couldn't breathe, even
No, I don't think it was
even
necessarily
she
choking her like
said it.
that, but
She
it was
was
Save the
like,
Last Dance with a little bit of a choke.
yeah, my hand was just on her neck, like talking to
Yeah.
her, and
It was too
yeah,
close.
I wasn't. If y'all thought I was choking her, no,
No,
I
it
was not.
wasn't Darth Vader, but it was definitely too close.
I ain't watched none of these movies, but it was giving more like Belly. When Tommy, I don't know if you seen Belly with DMX. Tommy, I don't know no Kiana, but that's how it's supposed to end. But it didn't end that way. But it was just on her neck, and then it came. Yeah, hup, dude. I'm telling you, they chopped it up so much. And it was 3 years ago. I damn near don't even remember exactly how. But I'm gonna tell you this in general, right here. Hear me clear. The the level that it was at came from her side with the verbal, with the when I first said something to her and we was all chilling. We was all chilling like, yeah, that wasn't cool. And she just started getting loud, like, I don't give a damn. Standing up. I stand up, get close to her, trying to talk like, "Come on, man, calm down. What the hell is you doing? You embarrassing both of us." And at this point, did I ever disrespect you? Regular words. Then her verbal abuse kept came in. Her shove came first, and that's when I shoved my shove, and then my lowest lane, whatever you said, all that stuff came after. Believe it or not,
So her push came first
her push came first, bro. I
before
promise
that
you.
stuff.
I promise you, bro. I promise
Okay.
you, bro. I would have never just pushed
What
her. I would
what
have
what
never just pushed
okay.
her.
Wait. Just want to make it I want to make it very clear. So you're saying the verbal abuse happened first and then she pushed first as the
Yeah,
first
because
contact before the hand on the neck, there was a push from her first?
that's from what I remember. Yeah, because that was at the point where I was like, well, damn, we doing that now? Like we pushing each other. That's why I just pushed back. Shit, I don't know. So yeah, I'm not
But the
saying.
pushback. Wait. So wait, because again, I'm getting what you're saying, but I want to make it very clear because what the part we saw is your hand was on the neck or close to the neck, whatever you want to call it.
You think it
Is too
started like
close,
that? You think it
but
started like
it didn't start like that. You're saying there
no? It
was a
didn't start.
push first,
Yeah.
right? But after the push, how do we get to a point where you're holding her like that, where it's like a lowest lane Superman choke almost? Like that's what I'm trying to say. How do we
Uh,
get to that place?
After the push, we just both kind of like trotting around a little bit, and then we keep like coming back to each other. So
Well, it
after
looked
the
like you were following her. I can't lie to you. On that
yeah,
clips, you're following her.
on that one, yeah, I'm coming to her face. I'm like, she just pushed me, she just threatened me, she just did all this 24 hours to this, to that. Let me go get in her face some more and just try to get some reason or whatever. But yeah, I did. I made a dumb. I don't know. I made a dumb decision that looked bad by putting my hand on her neck. I regret that. Even though I wasn't choking, I was trying to turn it into something sexy. To be honest with you, but it didn't come out like that. So yeah, yeah. But
Well, it
it
wasn't
did
sexy
start.
because you actually were annoyed because felt disrespected. So it can't be sexy
Well, even
because
though I'm
you felt
annoyed, it
disrespected.
can go. It can still go into sexy. It's okay. It ain't the end of the world with me with issues. Like I get over stuff really, really, really fast. Like we could be arguing right now, and I'm like, come on, let's just go get a drink. Like I don't be mad for weeks or days or even hours, bro. So that y'all level of madness and staying mad is not what I got going on. And surprisingly, Lexi neither. She just like me. Like we get over stuff quick. Ain't nobody die. Ain't nobody go to the hospital. Let's go. Let's go to the beach and have a picnic. Like that's some people's mentality is like that. So I think us having that level of it ain't that serious. It really offends a lot of people. That's why we apologize. But yeah, me and Lexi. It don't matter what happened really to us. It happened, but it's just like it wasn't like detrimental. Like nobody was really harmed. She even said it out her own mouth. Like I literally didn't feel one lick of pain on my body. You pushed me. Your hand was on my neck. I didn't call like how the doctor asks you on the scale of 1 through 10 how much pain you feeling. It was like a 0. Okay, so that bothers me when people are like, "You're just like Ike Turner." No, Ike was inflicting pain up on Tina. You hear what I'm saying? Tina had Tina doing all kind of. It's just a bad situation. It's embarrassing as hell, and yeah, man, I just gotta keep living, and show people the rest of your my whole personality or my whole everything because it just don't stop there. Life don't stop after one incident. It just
So
doesn't.
why was Alexis so emotional after? Because not even just after. Sorry,
I
during
know
the
I
fight,
didn't.
during the fight, why she grab a pan?
Yeah, why she grabbed the pen? I don't know why she grabbed the pen, but she told me to
Yeah,
tell
she got
y'all.
this.
She told me to tell y'all to forward it to Tyler Perry that she wanted to do a Tyler Perry movie.
I'm sure she does. But why did she get to a point where she wanted to have a pan in her hand?
Um, I think she. I don't. Oh, I don't. Let me think. I think she. I don't know. I think she from she from the Bronx, bro. Like she ain't. I don't think this is her first rodeo when it comes to like scrapping.
Well,
I
she said
think
she
that's.
didn't. She said she said on the show. I don't know if she's lying. She said on the show that she'd never been in that position before.
A lot of people that peeped the scene would say differ. If she says she hasn't, I'm gonna go with her. But I mean, this the stuff I say to people in their face. So I don't want nobody calling me afterwards saying you sneak this in.
Yeah.
I say stuff to people's face, but yeah, I would like to not believe that. She was a little too comfortable. She was a little too comfortable. She was a little too comfortable. So
So,
and it was
wait, hold on. Before you move that, you're so what you're saying? You're saying that so she was a little bit too comfortable in that scenario in terms of the physical altercation you guys had. You felt like she was a little bit too comfortable in that situation. That way, she was able to handle herself.
Yeah, she'd tell you herself she handled herself. She'd tell you herself
Mm-hmm.
that. She told everybody that. I'm just going off of her words. She was like, he didn't beat
No,
me.
no, I get you. I get
I'm
you.
from the Bronx. I know how to handle myself. It wasn't that serious. This is her exact words. So, that's just what she said. And I agree. Me and her, we all done seen extreme levels of violence, and we just like, that ain't cutting on it like that. It's bad, but it ain't, other folks done. So she grabbed the pen. Did she have to use the pen? Like, wasn't it over? It was about to be over with
Mm.
regardless. It was about to be over with regardless. But I don't know, man. She cracked so much jokes about grabbing that pen. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to
So,
say
so,
about that.
so, in a sense, so for you, you feel this is your own, just your personal thought, and just you feel like obviously because of the comfortability, when people say they haven't been through it, some people have been. I mean, like they've been in that situation before. They know they've been in it before, right? Because of the
Yeah.
comfortability.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I
I
told you
get
about
that.
my background, so yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I ain't no stranger to danger, but I'm not out here trying to bully nobody. Understand that I'm a large male, and if
Mm.
I wanted to choke, I could have choked her. If I wanted to punch her or slap her or just cause some real harm, I could have done it. But that was not on my heart. That was not in my mind. I was really trying to get up and get some straightening or get some understanding, or and then it just got out of control, brother. But I wasn't trying to hurt Lexi. I know y'all don't believe that, but I was not trying to hurt her. I don't think she was
I
trying to
can
hurt.
understand that. Intention and impact are two different things. I can understand that,
Yeah,
and that's a real thing. Can I ask a real question? And this again, you don't have to answer in a real sense, but can I have a question? Since she obviously said that she's very comfortable, like I said, you've seen some stuff, but have you been in situations where you've had to yourself, you've been too comfortable, and it has got to a point where it's got too comfortable. It's got too comfortable in terms of like
yeah,
we just saw. Because if she's been comfortable, then you've been comfortable.
hell yeah. Like when I told you when I was dating that cop last year. I was talking to her. I had my
Mm-hmm.
finger like this, and she took my finger and broke it back. And I heard a little crack and all that, and we started tussling. She was a female officer. She was in uniform. She was mad because I ain't picked the phone up, acting crazy. And yeah, bro. I mean, we made up after that week. I don't know. I think that the people like us that like it's like whatever. People got a problem with that. No, no, no. Call the police. Press charge. Like I don't know. That woman attacked me. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm a little comfortable. I'm not a stranger to danger. I'm not about to call the police. I'm not about to do all of that. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna pray about it. We're gonna apologize. We're gonna figure out what we got to do to not be in this place no more. Implement those tools, figure out where it came from. We're gonna go through it, but then after that, kids, we gotta go make the kids food. This life goes on. I'm
Of
sorry to
course.
say. Yeah. So
So both of you kind of have a situation. Both, if you're gonna say that, then both of you kind of have a history of being in this kind of situation. Like
I
just
can't
see how
speak for
wild.
Lex on that. I wouldn't put
Okay.
it past. I can't speak for Lex. So I don't want to do that.
Okay, fair
But
enough. For yourself, then
I'm
it's
gonna
it's
say
a
our
familiar space to
generation,
be in.
our generation from being the bit large cities that we come from, Bronx, Chicago, I think is more common than y'all think.
Yeah, no, no,
From
I,
y'all
I
perspective.
definitely agree that. I'm
Yeah.
saying that, but it's a familiar space for you though. Even if you're the victim, it's a familiar space that you've been in. Like, because if you're dating women that have always been VA in you, and then it ends up in physical PA, then clearly at some point in time you're gonna have to look at it and say you're the one that keeps being in this situation, and even when
Right.
you're faking it, you're still in that same situation, which means there's something deeper here going on.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. They think about doing a spinoff. I might be on Ayana Fix My Life, so we might get it figured out. Y'all might see me
I
crying on
mean,
Ayana next episode. So we might have to figure it out. But like I said, I mean, I wasn't my intention to try to hurt her. She could tell you I didn't like really hurt her. I did some maneuvers that was in some positions that was very disgusting looking to look at. Like I said, I'm deeply sorry for that. Whether it was planned, kind of planned, not planned, it was bad in general. And we both, if we can go back in time, we wouldn't do it. I don't want the clout from this. I don't want no clout from this type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in
mm,
a hole. I gotta just do stuff like this or whatever and come up out of it and show people I'm not a bad guy. But yeah, I done did some things that I regret, just like we all have. I'm just glad I ain't do nothing. I ain't a part of ISIS or nothing. So all I'm saying is you just gotta relax on that. Don't ISIS me. You know what I'm saying? Not ice.
So, did you speak to Alexis? I know you guys were on an interview together, but did you ever speak to Lex after? Because clearly, like I said on the show, she was heavily emotional. So
Right.
that didn't seem like that wasn't acting. That was real. If it felt like. So, did you
Okay.
speak to Lex after the situation happened?
Right. So that's what we just she been holding that in because I talked to Josh a couple of days ago and Josh was like, boy, you gonna be mad when you see how how mad she is after the incident while y'all saying all this now and doing all that, you gonna see how upset she was. But and I talked to Lex, I said, damn Lex, I said you dragged me when I left. She said, yeah, she said everybody did. She was like, but mind you, we drunk. We've been drinking Tito's. Well, you don't drink. We've been drinking vodka and Hennessy. They did it on purpose. They gave us vodka, and then after that, they gave us Hennessy. We was like, damn, that's all we got. So everybody was drinking vodka and freaking Hennessy, man. So she like, remember I was drunk, and then, dude, I done been in situations with women where I'm just completely right, no pushing, no shoving, and at the end of the argument, they just start crying. She's a woman. She's going to women. They get all worked up, like they cry. Like we probably can't relate, but they cry. You know what I'm saying? So people think, oh, because she crying, she's just emotional. If you see her, she talks. How she talks. If I get into an argument with her, I can see her. My baby mother used to do it. Not saying she wasn't crying because the situation wasn't serious. If y'all want to believe that, then or you want to go with that, yeah, you can go with that. But I'm telling you, it comes a lot from her being drunk and being a woman. Not the situation. I done cry after some fights that I won. It just your emotions just be going. It's just emotional. It's a place. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Your emotions be going. You
But
start crying, bro.
Did you speak to her? Did you speak to her to
Yeah.
ask her how she really felt after the incident?
Yeah, you talking
Like,
about
what
right
was the
after this
response?
after the show 3 years ago?
Yeah, like after, yeah.
Yeah, I talked to her and we both apologized and we just started laughing, brother. That's exactly what happened. We apologized and we started dissecting this whole situation and we started laughing about it, man. Yeah, that's what happened. Immediately after, and we've been cool for 2 3 years ever since then. It was never we didn't expect this. We would have got prepared. We didn't even expect it. We didn't even think it was like this just threw us for a loop. When it came out, we just both was on the phone with each other like, oh my god, like what did we do? Like damn, like we didn't even really remember most of it. But now that we had to see it to be like, okay, I remember that. Okay, now it's all coming back to me because we just went on about our lives. But I'm telling you, man, the conversation we had afterwards wasn't even like bad, BB, none of that. None of it. It was not even at this level. And now it's like it's reborn, and we like shit. It's worse than we thought it was. But yeah, that's why we apologetic, and it was just some young dumb stuff, man. So don't try this at home, kids.
Okay.
DV is not nothing to play with in any form of fashion. Verbal abuse is not nothing to really indulge into as well. And yeah, I say we just all be good to one another, and we ain't got to. We'll never end up in those situations like nothing. Everybody talk to people nice. Don't keep your hands to yourself. That's one thing I know. I know for sure. Uh, and people think I'm such that guy. If I was, dude, I wouldn't have this passport with all his stamps. I'd be a felon, of some sort. So yeah.
Okay. So obviously now the thing is done. Obviously we're coming to an end of our conversation now. But obviously now looking back, like you said, obviously this is something that um, I want to ask obviously for you, just to get a quick summary again, just in terms of what you said. And you kind of just said it then, but just a quick summary as a question I'm asking you. What have you learned from that particular situation? What have you learned? What will you do next time if you're in that situation? Because you've got a habit of being in situations as a pattern with women that seem to be doing this to you and you to them. So I want to know what you're planning to do if this situation arises again. What is Dom gonna do the next time? Oh, I can't hear you. He gonna jump back in. Just tighten it. Heavy situations. Mm. Mm. It's not easy, man. These situations, it's not easy, man. Because we want to get to. Yes, Captain. Sorry.
I'm bad.
Yeah.
So
So last little bits. Yeah. So obviously, um, as I was saying, conclusion wise, obviously, what will you do next time in a similar situation? Because obviously, we have a pattern right now that you found yourself in similar situations with
yeah,
women. So, what is the plan for the next time? Because I know you said you were doing therapy last time. Are you still in therapy at the moment?
yeah. Well,
Right.
I just got back in it because of this situation. Can you?
Yeah, yeah, you go. I can hear you. Go,
Good.
go for it again. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I was out of it. I thought, man, to be honest with you, man, I thought I had just made it past any type of drama. I was just letting everything go. I don't even road rage, brother. I just was trying to just stay away from any kind of energy because it brings me back to that, the energy that I was born into.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, no communication, violence, 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 and all that. So I don't nothing to do with it at all. And I thought I had made a great escape. I thought I was okay. I haven't dated a woman like that it's been a while. And I thought I just had made it away. All the women I've been meeting, their communication's been great. I'm a father of 7 years. I never even whooped my kids. I'm just not violent. Me and my mother used to argue a lot. It'd get a little aggressive because she from the South Side and she cursed a lot. She talked like a pirate. I had to talk with her like a year and a half ago and said we have to watch the way we talk to each other. Stop talking over me. I'll stop talking over you. And me and my mom don't even, it wasn't nothing crazy. We just ghetto, man. It just was a lot of, talking over each other, like trying to teach everybody around me that I care about, like not teach, but us learn to communicate in a more healthier way. And I thought I had made a great escape, but yeah, after this incident is being replayed from 2, 3 years ago, I'm like, well, forget it. Let me just go back in therapy, and just put some icing on the cake. And I mean, of course, I'm gonna keep therapy forever. I'm supposed to work out and go to therapy till the day you die.
Mm.
So I feel like, and yeah, man, back to therapy and moving forward. If I see, because like I said, there's never no signs in the beginning. I meet women, I'm nice as pie. Well, who we can't meet women and be mean. The conversation over here right there. So we nice as pie. Nice as pie. Weeks go past. If I start seeing any kind of little flags or whatever, where the term, the tonality is getting a little, because that's where it starts to come in, and the tonality is starting to get a little negative or something. I guess I just got to be cutthroat, right? That's all I can do. As soon as I hear any type of words or any type of things that can come off disrespectful, or I know that can probably grow into something else. I just got to be cutthroat, right? I'm pretty good at. I think we all good at that. Just going ghost and just cutting them off. Obviously it shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening at all. And for any women that's watching this that want to, if you're still gambling on dating me, which they are in my inbox, if you see any sign from me where I'm getting out of, just should be zero tolerance, right? It's the only way we can stay away from it, right? And I'm gonna get called petty. Oh, you petty? I just was having a bad day. Nope. I gotta stay away from VA. Don't want to go to DV or CD and DVDs. So that's just all I can do, man. Stay to myself. Stay to myself. Go to therapy, work out, spend time with family. Uh, do the things that's therapeutic for me. Studio, working out, taking walks, whatever. Smoking some legal weed, and that's it, brother. I am disappointed in myself, but just got work to be done. Even So yeah, that's what I'm doing going forward. Like just watching out for any type of situation that can possibly come to that again, and just removing myself. Like everybody
Mm.
told me, you should have just got up in the midst of being called, all of that stuff, and threatened. Should have just got up and went to the bed. So that sounds hard. A lot of people can't do that. Just walk away from being provoked. But I'm gonna do it, and I've been doing it a lot more than people think. So I'm gonna just do it on top of doing it. If that makes sense.
Mm.
You know. So, like everybody says, no reason it should ever come to anything like that, and that's true. Because when going to jail ain't fun. They came there and asked her if she wanted to press charges, and she said no. You know, so y'all seeing her cry, and she wasn't that sad because when they said, "Do you want to press charges?" She said no. You know.
But you know, a lot of people who go through something like this don't oftentimes want to press charges on these kind of things. So it's not often. So that's not an indication of that it
Okay.
wasn't that bad. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Just as a highlight, doesn't actually suggest anything. There's a lot of people in those situations. DV have gone through, I've gone through the R word,
True.
grape. Like they don't always report because it doesn't always. And I'm not saying that's why Alexis didn't report. I'm just saying that I
Right.
don't want you to think that I don't. I want to make it very, very clear, right? So I'm going to make it general, but I'm a bring it towards a situation.
Mhm.
We've had a great conversation, so I'm appreciating if you've been honest. I want to highlight something to you so that it's not lost in translation, right? There are many women who will not necessarily report on an incident or situation, especially if you're in a relationship with that person. Again, I know you, Alexis, or not, so I'm just kind of just highlighting this. Especially within a relationship, there's oftentimes an ability. There's often a push for that person because they feel that person won't do it again, or they've been promised they won't do it again, or there's a fear even of going to authorities about the situation. So report doesn't always happen, you know what I mean? And it takes people who are in these situations up to like 7 times to effectively leave forever. So this is not a measurement. It's just because sometimes when you make a statement, you're like, I'm not a bad guy, or you know, or when you say comments like I think at one point you said that way early on. You said obviously, did you bleed or something like that? And it's like those comments can be taken absolutely wrongly because it can be like, okay, well, they didn't bleed, so someone can conceive it to be in the head like, okay, you're really saying that because I left no marks on you, then it means actually did it really happen? And actually, that is where people are gonna say where DV is because when someone gets smart with DV, they're not trying to leave marks on you. They actually do it in a way that they don't leave marks on you, right? Apart from there's some people who do, but there are other people who try to do it in a certain way that they don't leave marks on you. So now when you go to the authorities, you don't have no evidence, right? So I
Right.
wanted to make that very, very clear to you. And just, I'm not saying that's you and Lex, that's necessarily exactly what's happened, but I wanted to bring that highlight to you because
Okay.
if I don't, I won't be doing my job, number one. Number two, I'd also be leaving you spare, right? So I want
Yeah.
you to be very much aware. If you know that you end up in these situations with women where they are VAing or DVing, right? You actually can't afford to be in those type of situations, right? Because you've already seen those kind of things already, right? Number one.
Oh.
And number two, these things go left quickly for us as men than they do for women. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah. Yeah. For
So
sure.
you have to understand that there is no double standards. There's no equal rights and lefts here. There's only double standards. Because
Yeah.
when it comes to men and women, there will only be a double standard because there is an inequality in terms of our physical
Yeah.
strength, right?
Gotcha.
If me and
Yeah.
you go at it, ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
Nobody
You know what
gonna
I
say.
mean?
Yeah.
Right? So I wanted to just to highlight that particular
I
point
appreciate that,
for
brother.
you and that.
I appreciate that, brother. Me and the dude, it sound crazy. Me and Alexis didn't even know. Well, I was like, we both were like, what's DV? When we didn't even know what it was, bro. Now, just to show you that it hasn't been that common in my life like that. I hate the way I worded it, but it's
Mm,
common. But I have gaps in I have spaces in my life, months and months and years where it's nobody's just going through stuff back to back. I ain't want nobody to think that like, oh yeah, he does this on a regular. No, it happens to had happened from where I come from, where I was growing up at, and and then even when I came to the bougie part of my life, it was happening a little bit too much for my liking. I'm like, I think I said it came to the energy that my age group is carrying from social media. Everybody's really aggressive. Okay,
mm.
so it starts off verbal and blase blase. So that's all I was just saying. It's not like every day I'm just fighting or tussling or arguing with some female. Like, no, but it has happened probably more in the average person, though. I think so. I can admit that, and it is a problem. And that from what I'm looking at in my past, so I date women that's very, very confident in themselves. They feel like they are, super attractive. I try to go for that one, and I feel like that's a lot of stuff mixed into it. that makes it come out to that, the aggression and the assertiveness, the condescending tone, and all the ingredients that's stirring up for, you know. So my friends tell me all the
Yeah.
time, you need to go date ugly girls or something. They nice, like.
No, no, no. That's not what's needed here. But again, and just to bring this to your attention, I totally hear what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
And so I can believe that. You know what? The name DV, you would have never might not have come across that, right? DV might not have
Yeah.
been used as a
Yeah.
word and term because, you know, coming from the background you've come from. So I actually do get that. I wanna highlight something to you though, based upon what you've actually given us in terms of your upbringing,
Mhm.
right? A lot of the abuse that you'd have suffered, right, might not have been DV because obviously it doesn't inquire, in terms of a romantic relationship or two people in that sense. But you would have seen violence which was domestic in the sense of the fact that there was father, like you said, was abusing you, was punching you. That's abuse, right?
Yeah.
And also some of your past exes where they would have been VA, and VA would come under DV actually, or I shouldn't say VA should come under DV, but rather in the case of that aggression where someone's bending your finger back, the moment that she bent your finger back, that would have been underneath DV. You know what I mean? So like though you'd have seen and encountered it, but you might not have known the name of it, right? So I just wanted to highlight to you that is around you, and
Mhm.
it's patterned, right? So just be aware of that, because if you don't pay attention, if you don't pay attention to that, and dating ugly girl, I know you're joking about it, but I'm saying all those little tropes don't change what's actually happened. The content of the person is what's important here. And
Mhm.
so if we keep choosing the same type of people, it's because people are mirrors to us. So you like that kind of energy.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying to you? Right? Because when Adam saw Eve, he saw bone in my flesh. It's a mirror. You like that kind of energy because you're
Mhm.
used to seeing that dysfunction. And so
Yeah.
something about it is very soothing and very familiar to you. But if you don't be careful, today you might not be saying, I've been charged with DV. Tomorrow you might be. And it might not necessarily even be just your fault. You get into an altercation, and simply that you're in a place where the police get in at the same time and see that situation. She
Yeah.
says you did this. You can go to jail before you even say anything, bro. It'll be
Exactly.
a problem before you even do anything. So what I'm trying to get you to see is that, listen, you're in therapy. There's that's what needs to be worked through. It is, why am I attracted to that kind of energy? Is what needs to be worked in, so that you're not in that same position, because you can't afford it. You got a kid.
They don't
You
like
actually
me,
can't afford
brother.
it.
They don't like me, brother. The women that have mamas and dads who got degrees, they like me on some bad boy. Let me call them at 2 in the morning. But when they see me, my whole energy is given. The way I dress urban. They don't like me like that. They don't like me like that. They like me
Wait, who
for
doesn't like
little
that?
like classy women that probably won't even raise their voice, who know how to communicate like for real, for real. I realized they didn't take me serious. You know what I'm saying, when I dated them. So it seemed like only like the
Why didn't
women
they
that
take you serious?
because I have face tattoos, because I have an urban energy. I have an urban hood energy to a strong extent in person. I I think it's this. I think all the tattoos and stuff. I think it's just like you're not serious. I'm not the guy in the suit, so they're like, whatever. They don't take me serious. So I think the crowd of women that my friends and everybody saying they want me to go really go after. They don't like me like that. Like not seriously. They
You
like me.
like them like that?
I do. I would marry a freaking lawyer right now. A woman who freaking like.
No, but you go and find a lawyer that's got the hood in them. So that you already said us already that you like these bouge with these chicks who got a certain style. You already gone for bouge. So bouge isn't your issue. Your issue is you like a certain type of woman. You like that energy.
Damn.
So it's not them liking you. It's you like them. You like these type of women, and it's a content of who you are. So until that changes, until this changes, you're not going to emanate that energy out, because you're not going to respond to that kind of energy. We respond to things that reflect us. So until you decide to change what's inside of you, because I know you say, listen, I'm gonna say this today. You keep saying I'm looking for the classy chick, I'm looking for the, yes, aspirationally that's what you're looking for. But you're not ready to receive that until you change what's in you. Until you become that class, when you go to choose that classy woman, she won't see that class in you. Because it's not the face tattoos alone, although that plays a part. It's not that. It's the way you carry yourself. It's the way you talk. It's the way you intellectualize. It's the way you rationalize. It's the way you think. It's the way you put across your points. It's the way that your dialect, your tone. It is the way you even portray some of your experiences. It tells us something about you. So until that changes, and you do the 360 within yourself, that you're going to keep encountering bougie lawyers who are going to be hood in them. You're going to encounter doctors who got hood in them. You're going to encounter women that are accomplished who got hood in them, because the hood is responding to the hood in you.
Oh,
Right? You
yo,
can recognize a hood person, right? You know when
yes,
someone's from the ends.
I
You can tell
know.
I'm not from the ends. I'm not really from the ends. I mean, I grew up there a little bit, but you could tell by the way I behave. It's not in me. It's
Yeah,
not my
so
kind of thing, because I
yeah,
never grew up there. But you can spot me. If you saw me on road, you'd know me that I'm not about that life. Just by the way I'm even walking. That's what's happening to you. So
yeah.
until that changes, bro, it won't change.
Damn, dude, how do you change your whole swagger for somewhere that you've been for 20 years? It's like I said, I still do the same thing that everybody else do. I'm picking my kids up. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm doing regular. Just when they see me, it's just like, look at that kind of hood guy doing it. It's gonna take some aging for sure. I think I'm too young now. Maybe around I get 40 plus, and then I'll be
Yeah?
like, okay. So
Why
until
why
then, I
why,
don't know.
why are we waiting till like 40? How old are you now?
32. I just turned 32.
I'm 32 too. So listen, we're the same age. We grew up in
Yeah.
the same thing. I'm 901. What you're telling me is you're gonna wait another 8 years before you get to that place. So you're waiting to embed 8 more years of practice
I'm gonna plug her up, bro.
before you get to that point that you want to get to.
Man, I'm telling you that they're not gonna take it serious. Is what I'm saying, brother.
No, no, you're not taking it serious. You're putting it on them. They're not the issue,
Okay,
because they're not choosing you. You're choosing them.
I
So
just.
don't worry about what they're doing. What are you doing right now?
So
Because
you
you're gonna
saying?
wait another 8 years before you get to that place.
So you saying? I heard somebody tell me. You saying I need to clean my. You saying I need to clean up my image, like clean up my
It's not,
how I'm coming off, basically.
yeah.
You know how
You
hard
need
that
you need to
is,
clean
bro?
up.
But I mean, you're right. But damn, that's hard, though.
It's within first. It's not. I'm not talking about your outer exterior. Outer exterior is only one thing that will sort itself out. I'm talking about the content of the individual person, because as I'm talking to you, right? I think you've done a lot of work in terms of the therapy, like you said. You've done some of that stuff, and et cetera, right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is me just being. You can say I'm projecting. I tell everyone this, right? When I interview them, the reason why I ask those questions about the past is I want to see how you act now, why you act the way you do now, right? You've gone through a lot of trauma. And you've done a lot of work too. You've forgiven your mom. You've gone back to the relationship. You said obviously your dad was a bit abusive. You're actually quite an open person. So I can actually see how people can be very much drawn to you and very much, appreciative of your time, your energy. I don't disbelieve when you said that you do a lot of therapy for women, right? I don't disbelieve that. You're the hood therapist. I don't disbelieve that. What I am challenging you to say is that whilst that is great, whilst you're serving other people, you got to learn to serve yourself, which means you've got to put yourself first. And number two, we got to start looking at what's in me. You know what I'm saying to you? Because it's not the hood that is on the outside. It is what's the content of the individual person. And then we got to start looking at the fact that how having a father who was abusive and wasn't emotionally present, more than likely, and a mother who too could not be there for you emotionally. You've had to rear yourself for 12 years. That is an extensive amount of independence that you would have never, until you start to really look at it and go, where in my life am I so independent that how do I deal with my emotions? Am I able to share my emotions? Am I able to actually provide a safe space for someone to share their emotions with me and I can share mine too? Am I able to be in a space where actually we can connect on that emotional level and I'm not running or avoiding how I actually feel about that individual person where I'm going numb? Because what you described about depression was you going numb. The moment someone said they loved you it was an instant reaction to you to say, wow, this is something that I should have been having in my youth and I never had it, but I'm having it now for a woman. And the first thing that happens to you is that you go the other way. Now, I'm not saying
Yeah.
that you were bad and crazy or anything. I'm just saying to you, from an
Mhm.
observational purpose, someone telling you I love you, if it makes you go the other way or makes you feel depressed, not because she was bad, but because rather it's too much, it tells you
Yeah.
that your body is responding to what's happening to you. There's a lot more trauma that maybe we're not fully aware of that's been lying dormant that sometimes
Uh,
only a relationship can bring that forth. So I
yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
But maybe looking at it a little bit more deeper to say, I need to do a bit more work
I will.
Unearth that, and then this outside will change by itself. I'm not saying change your dressing, because that's not why they think you're hood. They think you're hood because it's hood inside of you.
Mm.
Your ways, your thoughts, your mannerisms, the way you even prescribe situations, the way you're gonna look at it, you're gonna look at it from the hood perspective, right? So
Yeah.
that's what needs to change, bro. Like you're not, I don't think you're a bad person at all, bro. If I'm honest with you, I'm just telling you that
Okay.
man to man.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
saying you have to talk like me. I'm not saying you have to talk like the next guy down the road. What I'm saying to you is the inside. Let's start working on that. If you're already in therapy, drive that home with a therapist. Hey, look, these are some parts of me that I haven't really discovered and really dealt with. That maybe let's look at it, so we can begin to grow. And I'm telling you,
That's what.
bro,
Yeah,
it'll be
that's what.
powerful.
My sister was telling me, but remember I told you I said I feel like I got amnesia. It's just like I don't think about it. I don't know, and I can't even understand why I don't think about it, bro. Like I don't. All the abusive moments my father had, kicking my butt. I was in acting. I was on speech team. I was doing a script by Denzel Washington at the time, and I was getting third place, second place, first place here and there. I was big on acting and stuff. Came in there, beat me up, took all my trophies. It was just crazy, man. It was like a freaking bad Tyler Perry movie or something. But it's like I literally have to like have a conversation like this to be like, oh yeah, he did kick my ass. Like I'm not going day to day thinking about it. But what you're saying is that it's still there, and that's what my sister told me. He said just because you don't think about it, it's still up in there somewhere. I just don't feel it. I don't.
I hear it.
I don't feel it. But I guess I had to. The therapist, I had to unlock that or something. But I'm telling you, my day to day thought is like I'm a freaking cartoon. I'm walking down the street singing songs and just. But that stuff is all still up in there. I don't. I said for my children, I wanted to be selfless, and I didn't want to be that sad parent like my parents was sad and be like, oh well, my parents did me wrong. I'm sad, so now I'm about to be sad around y'all. I saw my dad depressed. I saw my mom depressed. I saw them mourning about what their parents did to them. They always put their head down and look off into the space when they talked about it. I'm like, damn. Like, but you got some kids right here. So I'm telling you, man, I probably done messed up in real life, but I can promise y'all with everything in my heart, I have never gave my children not one. They don't even have no idea. I expect they are like literally like little bougie little like I ain't spill it off into my parents, and so if I cannot do that, I'm thinking everything is okay. But now I'm in these predicaments, So like you said, brother, I got to unlock that and address that, and I will. I promise you. I appreciate your words for real, for real.
Come on, bro, man. It's a blessing. We have to have these conversations, and I'm learning from you too. I always tell people, listen, this is not a one way street. I'm learning
Yeah,
too because as an avoidant person myself, which is an attachment style. When it comes to emotions, I don't do very well with emotions all the time. Do you get what I'm saying to you? I'd
yeah,
rather just do what needs to be done and get
yeah,
it done. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Which works in some shape or form because if you're a father, if you're providing and making sure that kid is well taken care of, you make sure she's safe, you make sure the fact that no one can touch her, you make sure that you got a roof over her head, she got food in her belly, and she got clothes on her back. You're doing a great
yeah,
job, right? But the next part also too is that we have to be emotionally available as fathers. Or I'm not a father yet, but just saying as a maybe potential father, even as a brother, as a sibling, right? I'm trying to learn how to be in that space. So this is not an indictment on you. It's actually a growth moment for both of us that I
mm,
need this too. So while I'm telling you, I'm also growing. I'm trying to tell you that this is also what I'm trying to do too at the same time
yeah.
because I need to grow from that space so that emotionally I can be present for people because I'm present for myself first. That's what I'm
Right.
saying to you.
Yeah,
You
it's
you
gonna.
you got to be present with you first.
Yeah, and you've been doing that so long.
Hard.
It's gonna be. It was rough, man. It took me the first year to then they little babies, but after that, man, it's just you got to sit there and you got to talk to them about grammar school, all of this stuff. You got to just. It's just I just literally don't think about myself when I'm with my kids, bro. I wouldn't care if I had a booger on my face, if I was bleeding out my side. I just don't even tend to myself, and it's just a pure 100% level of selflessness. That's why I don't like talking to a lot of parents because a lot of parents don't do that. They just make the food. Everybody's not interacting with their children like they're supposed to. That's why I
Yeah.
was saying I have not neglected them from that not one bit, brother. My kids know they can just walk in here right now. Yeah, jump in the phone like, who you talking to today? Jump on my lap like we couldn't do that with our parents. It was like we couldn't even talk to them after 9 o'clock. Like I don't talk to kids after nine
Yeah.
o'clock. All that. Say excuse me before you say something, all that. It wasn't a whole lot of you couldn't wasn't no therapy sessions with moms and pops back in the 90s, bro. So we have therapy sessions up in here. We cry together, we pray together. Like, I'm one of them parents. So I thought that's why I thought that I was like, okay, well you're a good person, but I see I gotta like you said, it's more work to be done. You know, I thought everything was all wrapped up and good to go, but now I'm freaking Ike Turner in front of the world, man.
I
Jesus
understand,
Christ.
man.
Jesus
Listen,
Christ.
I understand. Listen, you're taking accountability, and I'm not going to shoot you on that. Do you know what I'm saying, Chew? So, and if you're saying you're going to do the work, I can only commend you, and I can only
Yeah.
applaud you, and also uplift you. That if you're going to
Yeah.
do the work, then I have to be ready to uplift you too, and say, bro, listen, go forth and prosper.
You
Do you
gonna
know what I'm
make me
saying,
cry, bro.
Chew?
You gotta chill.
Yeah.
You gonna make me cry.
It's okay if you cry, bro. I cry on this chat. They know me, but I cry a lot on this thing as well
Yeah.
myself, bro. So you know what I'm saying, and I appreciate the fact that if you are a present father by what you're saying, and I appreciate that. Do you know what I'm saying, because sons and daughters need their fathers, man. Do you know what I mean? And we're in a generation where they don't get to see that often. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So I want to tell you, listen, bro, well done, because you've done something that a lot of men could not have done, right? You turned the ship around. However you did it, you turned the ship around. However God allowed you to do it, you've turned the ship around. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Now we want that ship to flourish, but you've turned that ship around. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of you that you could actually share that with us as well. And as a black man, I'm impressed by that, because I know how easy it is to slip down that road when you come from that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying to you? So
Yeah.
I'm appreciative of that, bro.
And I
No word of
thank
lie.
you, brother. I'm not trying to. I didn't say that to deflect what we was talking about here. I just was trying to just let people know me a little bit more, and just through the little therapy session we just had. So that's why I brought it up. I'm like, I thought everything was okay, but but I can acknowledge and I can take accountability that it's not all okay. And, so yeah.
It's a
But I
blessing, bro.
appreciate those words, brother. I don't hear them often.
Nice. It's all right, man. It's all right, man. You're doing well, bro. Listen, look, things happen, and God knows how to remove us and change us. And these things, listen, they're for growth moments, bro. You know what I'm saying
Mm,
to you? So thank you for listening, and taking on what I've said, and I appreciate that. I'm learning with you as well at the same time. So
thank you,
I
brother.
appreciate that. Last thing, obviously, have you got any projects, any things that are you're doing at the moment, whether that we can get behind, or that we
Yeah,
can support as
man.
well?
Man, dude, I've been making music all my life. Like I said, Columbia, that really kicked it off. So I'm not perfect, and I kind of put my music in. It's a grown man, and I got some singles. Look out for those, and to make sure the videos is giving what it's supposed to give. And it ain't just like, oh, I'm a rapper. I'm a 32-year-old rapper. I'm not a 22-year-old rapper. So don't think, oh, here go another rapper. So it's actually like some grown music. And then we doing some my non for profits getting off the ground this year. Going back to Inglewood. We teaching these when I was young. We it's y'all. I'm trying not to get emotional because we just had this
That's all right,
conversation.
bro.
So we going back to Inglewood and many other areas in my neighborhood, but we specifically starting there, and we gonna teach these young black men and women credit repair, or the severity of credit. We gonna get them in therapy. We gonna talk to them, and just we gonna do a lot. We gonna give them stuff that I know I need: a freaking bus card, a little cell phone. It's like these little things. Is like I just bought a random kid a cell phone the other day, like for $80, the whole phone. Something so they can communicate. They can just the little things, some food, maybe for the week or something like that, man. When I tell you I'm gonna go so hard on that, man, it's called a new chapter. You know, New Chapter Foundation, just like basically saying like, okay, your old chapter was like this, but hey, it's just a new chapter, brother. Just and it's a whole new day. So that's that. Look out for that this year. The music, and then I'm real funny. I don't know if y'all know. I like to laugh. I'm like a little comedian. A lot of just funny skits and just positivity, man. It's positivity, and that's all. That's all, brother. Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate it. Before we go, can I pray? Is that okay?
Oh man.
You know?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Father, I want to thank you in the name of Jesus, oh God. The Bible said where two or three are gathered in the midst, when two or three are gathered, Lord, you are in the midst. And I just want to pray that, Lord, that as we have spoken, and exchanged hearts to hearts, oh God, I just pray that, Lord, that you do a great work in all of us who are listening right now. Father, I pray that you use these opportunities of confrontation and conversation, where we get to exchange ideas, where iron gets to sharpen iron. I just pray that, Lord Almighty, that, Lord, you get the glory. I pray that, Lord, that our eyes are focused on you. you. I pray that, Lord, that the work that we have to do, the Bible says, work out your salvation with fear and trembling. And so, Father, I pray that, Lord, that as we begin to work in that space of sanctification, that, Lord, the Bible says that your spirit is the one that does the work in us. And so, Father, I pray that, Lord, that we're ready to receive and to grow and to be ministered to, so that we can begin to bring change in our lives. I pray that, Lord, for my brother Dom, I know, Lord, that we are all on our journey, and at points in times, Lord, we had Saul turn to Paul. We had King David be at one point he took someone's wife and killed them. We have Moses, somebody be a killer too. Like, there's a lot of people in the Bible that, Lord, if we had told their story at one point and left it at that point, we would always condemn them. But because, God, you are God and you see the hearts of men and not just the action, and you see the intentions and the motives, we just pray that, Lord, that your word will be what we stand upon. And I pray that your word will always speak. And I pray that, Lord, that your hand will be upon Dom as well. And that, Lord, the direction that you are calling him into, Lord, I just pray that, Lord, that you elevate him, bring him closer to you. I pray that, Lord, that you feed him with the living waters. I pray that, Lord, that you replenish what was lost today. I pray that, Lord, that his eyes of his understanding will be opened. I pray there will be an understanding of himself. The Bible says that your spirit, no man knoweth a man except his own spirit. And so, Father, I pray that, Lord, that let his spirit guide him in the name of Jesus. Let your spirit speak to his spirit and inform him of the deep things of God, and begin just to shape him and bring him into the image of Christ. And I want to thank you, Lord, for this opportunity of conversation. It is not by chance we're having this conversation, Lord. And so I thank you for the opportunity for my brother to even receive this prayer. And I pray, Almighty God, that, Lord, your work that you do on us, Lord, you shine a light from within outwardly. And so the Bible says that the darkness could not comprehend the light. So I pray that, Lord, every ignorance and every lack of knowledge and every lack of self that we don't really know of ourselves, I pray that the knowledge and understanding and the wisdom will come to us for all who are listening, and for myself and Dom as well. And I pray finally, oh God, that as he is a father, I pray that, Lord, that you'll be a father to him. I pray that, Lord, whatever he missed out on in fatherhood, in sonship and fatherhood, I pray that, Lord, that you'll be a father to him. I pray that, Lord, that what he missed out in with his mother at the time as well, Father, I pray that, Lord, you'll cover him in those spaces too. And I pray that, Lord, that your hand will be upon him, that he will stand underneath the shadow of the Almighty and be covered, oh God. And I pray that, Lord, that him and his daughter, oh God, will be a testimony unto your kingdom about how lives can be turned around. Because when, Lord, your hand is upon people, it doesn't matter what I say, it doesn't matter what anyone else says, Lord. But once you decide, you declare it, it has to happen. Your word goes forth, it doesn't come back void. And so, Father, you're invested in turning stories around, because it's you that does the work of cleansing our heart, and you turn hearts from stone to flesh. And so I'm grateful in this opportunity, Lord, in this moment. You've called us for such a time like this, and I just want to thank you and say, Lord, anybody listening to this, if you've been encouraged, or maybe you've even if it's triggered you, whatever's happened to you, that you've heard this message, I pray that there'll be a change. I pray that, Lord, that the seed will be planted, and that will cause you to want to bring change to your own life. Maybe you identify with some of the things that he's gone through, and it's been a very tough upbringing for him. So, Father, I pray that, Lord, that you use those tough upbringings and stories, and you turn them into testimonies. And so, Father, I thank you that you have brought us for such a time like this. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen, bro.
You got me a little bit, brother. Hold on now.
Brother, you got me, bro. I had a little, I can't even
Hold on
lie.
now.
You got me, bro.
Hold on now. I
So
told you I'm a gangster. Now you messing up my image. I had a mixtape dropping next week.
you can call the first song Tears. Don't worry, bro. But
Man,
I appreciate it, brother. Honestly, man. Thank you,
yeah,
man.
yeah, it's been great, brother, for real, man. Keep in touch, man, and just
Yeah.
keep in touch, man. I'm gonna keep in touch with you and let you know the things I got going on. I
Please,
will
man.
come to my city and see what I've been talking about today. When
You in Shy Rock? You still in Shy Rock?
I'm in Chirac, baby. I'm just in the bougie part. Trying to
I
survive.
said I wasn't gonna come, but now I got an excuse to come. I've been telling my Seaway's one of my peoples. We're telling I ain't coming. I'm not coming on Shy Rock. But you know what?
Yeah.
I might have to take a little dip. You know what I mean?
Come on down, man. Yeah, it's been great, brother. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I want to come to London.
Audience, huh? What you
You
say?
got to. So you got, man. When I go to London, I'm gonna come.
Yeah, shout me when you're here. I'm in Birmingham, but when you're in London, just let me know.
Oh, hell
We have a
yeah.
we have a High Park here too. It's a very bougie place too. So yeah,
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
down. So yeah,
I
brother.
appreciate it. Thank you, Captain. Audience, thank you so much for this conversation. Listen, you know, divine moments happen like this, man. I know that people had their ideas and thoughts, but you know what? God knows what he's doing at all times, and we appreciate him for maneuvering this conversation. If you've been touched by this, if you've been moved by this, then please like it, share it, write a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts as well. And also, you know, I like to listen. I'm in the business of just saying, listen. If you, I call it the Wounded Souls Mirror Series. I'm a coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a therapist. I'm a coach. So if you need some coaching, come reach out to me. There's a link in the description box as well. You know, we would be happy to take you on board as well in our coaching series as well. But until then, listen, guys, until next time, we appreciate you. Stay locked, stay loaded. We'll see you again very soon. Dom, once again, pleasure. And audience, don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a change. There's a lot I wouldn't do anymore. But I appreciate y'all.